It's going to be a big day of basketball in Murfreesboro. Last week, 3 exciting state championships in girls action. Today, it's the boys, starting with the 1A title game. From Murphy Center on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, it's time for the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee State Basketball Championships for 2010. Today, it's Clarksville Academy taking on Chattanooga Grace for the 1A title. Hi everybody, Willie Donick here with you along with Drew Maddox to give you all the play-by-play in game 1 of a triple header. And Drew, we're going to start it off with a little mid-state action versus East Tennessee, easily the 2 best teams in 1A.
The best teams in all of Class A basketball this year in the state collide right here on the Murphy Center court for what should be an exciting basketball game. Let's
start off by telling you about the Governor's Highway Safety Office keys to the game. They always remind you, booze it and lose it. Let's start it off with Clarksville Academy. They have been outstanding in this tournament. They want to pound it inside. They have been cleaning the glass with their big front line.
Yeah, we know what the Smith brothers can do for Clarksville Academy, but I think the key to the game is going to be the perimeter play for Clarksville Academy, making sure they limit their turnovers and get it to those Smith brothers down close to the basket.
And for the Golden Eagles, they are more perimeter oriented.
Yeah, they got to block out and rebound. Clarksville Academy is averaging 11 more rebounds than their opponents. The Grace Academy Golden Eagles must block out today and clean up the glass.
Now we're going to look at some key players, and it's very simple in this game. Each team has a Mr. Basketball finalist. They're going to find out who won the award after the game, but right now they're very concerned with who wins this basketball game today. Let's start with Clarksville Academy. Malcolm Smith leads the way, he and his brother, but Malcolm has been the guy that has gotten it done in this tournament.
Yeah, Malcolm Smith can score in so many ways. He had 29 points and 15 rebounds yesterday in that game to lead his team to the state final today. As you can see, a Mr. Basketball finalist, just a junior and already a 2-time All-State performer.
Now for Grace Baptist, they've got a Mr. Basketball of their own in Brandon Herman.
Yeah, Brandon Herman can score in so many ways. He likes the perimeter jump shot, but he loves to slash to the basket. And don't underestimate his ability to draw the foul and get to the free throw line. 16 free throw attempts yesterday in the semifinal.
As you look at what he's done in the tournament, 26 points a game in the 2 games. Both teams haven't cruised, but they have been in control of their destiny since they've been in Murfreesboro, and they've been on collision course. The opening tip-off is coming up next from Murphy Center. Stay tuned. It's going to be an exciting day.
Found me online.
It was easy.
I could tell by his profile where he worked, what kind of car he drove, that he lived by a fire hydrant.
The perfect insurance agent for you is just a click away at FBITN.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
If you're driving under the influence in Tennessee, you're gonna get nailed. Booze it and lose it.
Beeman Toyota is now the top 10% of Toyota dealers nationwide, with 800 Toyotas available. Other dealers may say they've got what you want. Beeman's got it. Whether it's Prius, RAV4, Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Venza, Avalon, Tacoma, or Tundra, Beeman has a Toyota you want at the price you want. Beeman Toyota is the largest Toyota certified pre-owned dealer, too. The best new cars make the best used cars. Beeman Toyota downtown on Broadway. Access BeemanToyota.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Michael Buchanan with Dale Buchanan and Associates. Our thorough understanding of the Social Security disability laws enable us to obtain your benefits more successfully than you can do on your own. If you want experienced help in getting your Social Security disability benefits, call us at Dale Buchanan and Associates for a free consultation. After all, isn't it your money?
Well, they call them 10-15 onions because that's when you plant them.
She's only Hannah Montana when she wears the wig. Then the cocktail fork goes above the plate.
Farmers have great advice, like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Willie Donick, Drew Maddox here with you from Murphy Center in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The 1A championship tip-off is coming up in just a moment. And Drew, as they introduce the starting lineups here, just a quick comment before we go through each team. The nerves right now have got to be a big part of this one, but these two teams, I think, have to be benefiting from being here last year and going through the experience.
Yeah, I agree, Willie. I think even though you didn't make it to the final last year, the opportunity to play on this court in this environment has to serve you well getting back this year in 2010.
This is the Clarksville Academy starting lineup. They've started this way for all 3 games. Hyams, Dyer, Russler, Smith, and Smith. And you see there the head coach of Clarksville Academy. Now we move over to Chattanooga Grace Baptist. The Golden Eagles will start this 5. And once again, it's been a very consistent starting 5 for their group. Rector, Church, Wilson, Nelson, and Herman. We've talked about Herman. And Taylor Wilson, a 6'1 senior, has had 11 points in each of the 2 games. They're coached by John Mathias. That's a look at him. And Drew, the supporting cast, I think, would be a very important part of this storyline today.
Yeah, I think the 2 key players, we've talked from the top about the Mr. Basketball finalists. I want to focus on Martin Smith, the twin brother of Malcolm Smith, 6'5". He's a double-double guy as well for Clarksville Academy. And I'm with you, Willie. Taylor Wilson, the 6'1 senior, averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds in this tournament, needs to be key for his team today and help Brandon Herman out as you see him there.
Grace Baptist, the Golden Eagles, will be wearing the maroon uniforms, kind of the Washington Redskins color scheme. Clarksville Academy goes with the blue and gold. Today's officials will be Angelique Clear, Jerry Lawson, and Craig Carmichael. There you see them. And we're getting ready to set this thing in motion today, the first of a triple header. And Drew, the other 2 games this afternoon are getting very, very high billing as well. There's some star players in those, no question about it.
Outstanding players. And think about this, both of those games, Willie, will be the 5th time that those teams play from the same district, and they make it all the way back to the state final.
It is going to be awesome. Later today, we'll have the TV coverage all afternoon long, so you're in the right place. We're about to tip it up, and that is Malcolm Smith losing the tip. And Grace Baptist will have the first possession. And there's Brandon Herman, the 6'1 senior. A lot of seniors on this Grace team as the Cougars open up in the man-to-man. And starting the game off with a miss is Corey Nelson. The rebound putback was no good, and now the Cougars control for their first possession.
It was a quick shot. I don't think the Grace Baptist Golden Eagles were really ready. They were just starting to set that play up on the offensive end, and a shot went up from the perimeter.
Malcolm Smith trying to set the tone, and his brother tips it in. Martin Smith on the glass.
Yeah, Clarksville Academy averaging 11 offensive rebounds in this tournament, the 2 games here. That's going to be a big factor in this game is second chance points.
Probably the most important thing that Grace has got to do to be successful today. There's Terrell Church, and a foul away from the ball, busting the screen. And this will go against the Cougars. First foul of the game, and it's against Heath Dyer.
You'll see Grace Baptist utilize a lot of different sets, a lot of double screens for Brandon Herman to get open.
Corey Nelson misses for the 2nd time. He's had 2 good looks, and the ball just rimming out. Daytime background is an interesting point in this game. If you're shooting the way that Grace is shooting, the background might be a little difficult. We'll explain a little bit later. Cougars firing from the outside. This one way off the mark by Miller Hyams. And the long rebound kicks out to Herman. Herman, alley-oop feed, losing the handle and getting it back was Nelson. And he's able to lay it in for the first hoop.
Yeah, Corey Nelson did a good job right there of receiving that basketball up by the rim. Knew he couldn't finish it. Went ahead, came down with it, collected the basketball, went back up for a nice layup.
Heath Dyer into the corner. This is Travis Russell. Russell out of traffic. Top of the key to Hyams. Good bounce feed down low to Smith. That's a good bounce pass, and Smith did the rest.
Excellent pass, and once again, you'll continue to see that physical dominance inside by the Smith brothers.
Long range shot by Herman is no good. Rebound Smith, and he fends off the traffic. Here's the pitch ahead. Martin Smith starts a drive, and he finds a wide open Hyams on the baseline, who uses the glass, and it's a quick 6-2 lead now for Clarksville Academy.
Yeah, nice little pass there by Martin Smith, I guess, with that nice pass, and Miller Himes doing the rest.
And was this tapped? It was not. Terrell Church says, there's no way I would shoot an air ball like that. That was blocked. And back come the Cougars. We'll take a look at this alley-oop. And meanwhile, on the other side, it's Malcolm Smith scoring again. And a timeout is called by Chattanooga Grace. So the Smith brothers having their way with the Golden Eagles in the first 2.5 minutes of this contest.
Probably a smart timeout there by Coach Mathias to settle his team down. You've seen Grace Baptist shoot some quick shots on the offensive end, trying to set up their press, but watch this play right here. Nice little pass, brother to brother there. Malcolm Smith doing the rest. Martin Smith, nice pass as they broke the press of Grace Academy.
Malcolm Smith is 6'5". He's only a junior, as we mentioned at the top of the show. He's got a bright future for sure. You may have seen as he was laying the ball in on one end, the background on the other side, bright daylight, no curtain on that side. And there are certain spots on the court, Drew, you and I were walking around. You can see the glare on your screen as they walk right through it right now. But if you're looking up at the rim, it's not the easiest of backgrounds.
No, it's a little bit of a blind shot. Any spot where the bleachers don't block the natural light coming into the gym, it's a tough shot. It almost is like you're shooting out in the field somewhere.
Corey Nelson, they're giving him the three-point shot. They're backing way off. Malcolm Smith is going to stay with a foot in the paint. He's going to help on Herndon. Herndon wants to start a drive. They reverse the ball. This is Taylor Wilson. He gets in play. Slashing. Goes up high. Didn't get the roll. And the rebound is corralled by Travis Russell. Russell takes it all the way. Gets it off. The trailer is Himes. Low, and once again, it's Malcolm Smith. Too powerful to stop in the lane.
He does a nice job of sealing off, utilizing the angle on the baseline side for a nice little drop step finish.
10-2, and Grace looking for answers right now. They need Brandon Herman to make a play. Here he goes, 1-on-2. That's his shot, and he can't get it to fall. No offensive rebound presence either, and the Cougars look to push.
That's his shot, that nice little floater, little bank shot there. Just came up a little bit strong on that shot.
Smith, this is Martin Smith, who's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Corey Nelson got him on the arm. But Grace Baptist having some problems early on. They're 1 of 8 from the field. Meanwhile, Clarksville Academy 5 for 7. And they'll have their first trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, well, and I think you're seeing the statistical difference of shot selection. Grace Baptist here early, relying on a lot of perimeter jump shots, some quick shots in their offense. Clarksville Academy on the other end, their furthest shot attempt has been about 5 feet away from the basket, really getting in close and getting some good opportunities close to the basket.
Now, Martin Smith, the tale of 2 games in the tournament. 2 points in the quarterfinal, came back with 15 points and 10 rebounds yesterday in the semis, and he goes 1 for 2. It's all Cougars here in the first half for the first quarter. Welcome to Murphy Center, the first of 3 here in the Borough.
Here's the thing about life. You get back what you put into it. Life rewards those who work harder, who care more, who give it their best, then give a little more. That's what makes the people of St. Thomas Health Services the best at taking care of you and your family, so you can get the most out of life.
How many features can Kubota pack into a compact tractor? How about a quick attach front loader, a heavy-duty mid-mount mower, a powerful backhoe, cruise control, deluxe seat, even an air-conditioned cab, the first in its class. With so many features, it's easy to see yourself in one or 2 of these tractors. The Kubota B-Series. You gotta see this for yourself.
Locate your Middle Tennessee Kubota dealer at Kubota.com. there's a herd of built Ford tough headed straight for your local Ford dealer. And with it comes a stampede of savings. This is Ford Truck Month. And leading the way, Ford F-150, the most capable pickup in America. Now with 0% financing or up to $5,500 in total savings. That's 0% or up to $5,500 total savings. It's a stampede of America's #1 selling trucks, and it's unstoppable. This is Truck Month at your local Ford dealer.
Clarksville Academy with an early 11-2 advantage. Let's take a look at the path that each of these teams took to get here to Murfreesboro. First for Clarksville Academy, they have been here before. Last year they were knocked out in the first round. And so far this week, Drew, not a bad path. 54-40 over Wayne County. They controlled that game. And then Chattanooga School for the Arts and Science was the victim in the semifinal. Arts and Science has played Grace Baptist this year 4 different times, winning 3. So Grace Baptist beat them once, didn't have to play them here. They beat Oliver Springs and Westwood for the title. For the shot at the title, I should
One
say.
common opponent, I guess, this year. So you can see that Clarksville Academy had success against Chattanooga School for the Arts and Science.
Corey Nelson misfires from the outside, and this one will go to the Cougars again. So Nelson feels like he's got to hit that shot. They're giving it to him, and he's wide open, but he has not been able to knock it down so far.
You got that first break. Grace Baptist 1 of 8 from the field. Clarksville Academy 5 of 7. Once again, utilizing the shot selection.
And Smith hits the turnaround fadeaway. That's tough to stop.
He's just a good player. I mean, he's a terrific player. Once again, just a junior, so he'll more than likely have another opportunity to come back and play on this court again.
He has 8 of the 13 points. He's 4 for 5 from the field. Here's a drive swatted away by Martin Smith. Now Malcolm brings it into the front court, keeps the dribble alive. Can't get this one to go. It's tapped up. Rebound, loose ball, tapped up and out of bounds. And this one goes off of Nelson. Nelson tried to bat it ahead to his teammate Wilson, and he put it out of bounds.
I don't know if Wilson thought it was off of a Clarksville Academy player, but he didn't even attempt there to try to save the basketball back into play.
Travis Russell, the 5'9" junior, with the ball. Guarded head up by Terrell Church. High post. The Smith brothers working together again and getting fouled. This time high post, Malcolm goes down low to his brother. And Martin Smith will have another trip to the free throw line. Both of these teams have been getting to the line a lot, Drew, in this tournament.
Yeah, so far in this tournament, through 2 games, Clarksville Academy taking 63 free throws coming into this game, and Grace Baptist 41 on the other, and that's more than 20 free throws more than their opponents, which is an incredible statistics through 2 games.
The foul was called on Clayton McMasters, 6'5" junior. That's his first. And 2 for 2 at the line for Martin Smith. 15-2 to start this game. Baptist needs a bucket. Here's the guy that can give it to him. Herman misses, and a good block out there by Malcolm Smith. Shake and bake, Russell into the corner, and a good skip pass to Hines. Great swinging of the basketball, and they're rewarded as Martin Smith hits the jumper.
You couldn't ask for a better start if you were Josh Smith on the Clarksville Academy side. 18-2 here in the first quarter. His team clicking on all cylinders, scoring from the inside and out.
You gotta like the job that Heath Dyer is doing right now on Herman, just face guarding him and doing a good job of keeping him in front. Brandon Herman's got to find a way, Drew, to get involved somehow, not just with a shot here and there, but even if he's not shooting, he's got to create opportunities.
Yeah, you can look at his demeanor, just a little bit frustrated already here in the first quarter as I watch him play. He just got to get more involved in this basketball game.
Here's Dyer. Not being guarded, and so he'll fire away. Not this time. Rebound Karams to Herman. Herman wants to make it happen. Good bounce feed there. And a good stop and pop by Taylor Wilson. He controlled himself and was able to get the hook.
Yeah, that was a nice utilization of the shot fake there. Nice receive of that pass and utilize the shot fake.
Smith tripped up. And a foul is called. And that will be team foul number 5. Nope, make it number 3.
Are they going to call that on the shot attempt there? Nice. Looked like that was on the drive.
Well, he never had a chance to shoot it.
They're giving him 2 free throw attempts there. Malcolm Smith says, I'll take that early Christmas present.
Alex Carter picked up the foul. First shot for Smith is good. Smith has gone to the line a combined 25 times in the first 2 games. He was 5 for 11 from the stripe in the first game, 9 for 14 in the semifinals. 21 points against Wayne County, 29 against Chattanooga School for the Arts and Sciences. And the hot shooting continues for the Cougars. 20-4.
Now you see Martin Smith, the big man, going to guard Brandon Herman out top.
Herman tried to split the double team, and he lost it. Comes off to the Cougars. Here's the long feed ahead. Good hustle there by Carter to knock it away, but it goes right to Smith. And he gets the great shooter's bounce for 3.
Knocking down 2 3-pointers. Utilize every aspect of the rim to get that one to fall.
Cougars unbelievably efficient on offense. And a good drive there by Wilson, laying it off to Carter.
That's what Grace Baptist needs to do more. Get the ball into the paint, either through transition or through utilizing penetration. Get easier shots.
So Chris Carter gets that hoop. Chris Carter and Alex Carter in the game right now for the Golden Eagles.
Not to be confused with Chris Carter, the former wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings.
Possible Hall of Famer. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. The Cougars have control. Grace needs to stop. They back off Smith. He really wanted to shoot it. Let's see if the Cougars are content.
Hold it for 1 shot here at the end of the first quarter. They've been incredibly efficient here from the field.
See the 3-guard front. Montel Lavalinet in the game. Here's Hyams. He'll start a drive, pull up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound tapped up. Smith got a hand on it, and good hustle there by Church to get the loose ball. He wants to take it all the way. Runs into traffic. Offensive foul. He ran right into the den of the Cougar defense, and the crowd was there behind him to help.
Either player could have gotten ownership of that charge. You had 2 players take that hit. There on Terrell Church as he drove the basketball in on that penetration.
That's his first foul, and he comes down on the ankle. Drew, watch his. He lands a little bit awkwardly. You can see him come up hobbling.
Who do you give credit for on that charge? I would have been wanting that charge as my coach was.
And firing away on the last shot. Smith misses the follow-up there as Crozier let it fly with about 4 seconds left. So not a great finish for the Cougars, but a tremendous, almost flawless quarter to start with. It's 23-6.
I need a complete workup stat and call him.
Sir, we have an urgent phone call.
Pressure's dropping.
This is Charlie. No, that's the aorta. Don't cut that.
People know that farmers have some of the best advice around, like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
Workers' comp coverage should provide injured workers a way to recover medical expenses and lost wages. However, getting these benefits isn't always easy. We understand the financial worries you're facing with bills you can't pay because you can't work. We've helped thousands of injured workers, and we can help you too.
If you've been hurt on the job, get a lawyer and get it done. Call Hughes & Coleman, 1-800-489-6000.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I think our new turkey bacon cheddar grilled sandwich is the best.
And I think our grilled deli trio is the best.
But the turkey bacon cheddar has roasted turkey, cheddar cheese, and bacon on toasted artisan bread.
Yeah, but the deli trio has salami, sliced ham, roasted turkey, provolone cheese, and pickles on toasted artisan bread.
This is the worst commercial I've ever been in.
We could kiss.
Today's state championship basketball coverage is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee, the Governor's Highway Safety Office, Booze It and Lose It, and the TSSAA. Second quarter action begins. 23-6 is the lead. Smith misses from the baseline. Herman trying to get involved. Misses again. Herman just can't get on track right now. Does not really have the eye of the tiger right now.
Yeah,
that's
right.
what you need.
Well, and I think the storyline of the game is field goal percentage. Grace Baptist 21% on 4 shot attempts, and there's another big basket.
Heath Dyer from downtown. His first 3.
But Willie, now Clarksville Academy 9 for 15 for over 57% from the field.
Smith with a steal. Martin Smith to the hole. Lays it in. And Martin Smith is stealing the show in this first half, outperforming his brother. It's like which brother wants to have the bigger day. For the season, Malcolm Smith, the Mr. Basketball finalist, has carried the load as Herman finally gets his first bucket.
Well, then that's what he's got to do more of. He's got to penetrate the basketball. We've seen Grace now, they're 0 for 6 from three-point line. They got to figure out ways to get it in the paint.
Good hustle over there by Alex Carter, but he can't save it. Carter off the bench trying to provide a little energy here. And that's what Grace looks like they need right now, do a little energy.
Yeah, they look, I don't know if it's nerves or what it is, but watch this shot here by Heath Dyer, number 11, a senior, 6'1" senior for Clarksville Academy, averaging 11 points a game. Big time 25-footer there by him. But I'm with you, Willie. They almost look a little lethargic. Maybe it's nerves kind of paralyzing you a little bit, and you're kind of having an out-of-body experience. But they've got to pick up their intensity level a little bit.
Ball stays with the Cougars. As you get a good look at Martin Crozier. And then in the background, John Matthias, who is looking for answers right now. They're having trouble stopping that guy right there. Smith misses. The rebound to Dyer. Beautiful pass, and Crozier knocks it down. Boy, that was a beautiful pass from Dyer to find the open man. Herman trying to come right back, hanging in the lane and getting the roll. That's what he needs right there, to find a way to get into that lane. Even if he doesn't score,
exactly.
He's going to draw defenders.
Exactly. Just be aggressive. Be on the attack. Nice drive there. You saw him utilize that lateral sidestep to avoid the defender.
Carter makes a steal. So Carter continues to have the active hands, and now Herman has it taken away for a moment. Diving on the floor is Smith, but he knocked it out of bounds. And each team's going to go to the bench here. Most of these games so far in this tournament, they have not used much of the bench, but early on, with their third game in 4 days, for each of them, Drew, they're trying to get the bench involved.
Yeah, maybe for John Matthias on the Grace side, just trying to utilize his bench to figure out who wants to play. As you can see, the field goal percentages, the Golden Eagles 29%. But once again, it's shot selection, which leads to Clarksville Academy's 58% for the game.
Long-range jumper by Wilson is no good. And it's knocked out of bounds by the Golden Eagles. Again, Chris Carter this time trying to hustle to keep it alive. Ended up down the tunnel.
Really, I'm having a little deja vu when I see the blue and gold in the Cougar uniform. That reminds me of my days of playing at Good Pasture Christian School here in Nashville, but eerily similar.
Had some trips to the state tournament out of 1A back in the day, as the alley-oop is unsuccessful there. Herman, good crossover.
Nice crossover.
But look at Dyer. Dyer has been staying with him the entire game as Herman hits it over. Tough shot there. And Brandon Herman has a 3.
But Willie, I will still contend that the drive got him going. He wouldn't have made that shot from the perimeter if it wasn't for his first couple of drives and getting your confidence going through penetration.
Himes. They reverse it to Dyer. Dyer, his #1 job today is defensively face guarding Herman. There's a swing pass. Losing the handle for a moment is Russell. There's the post feed. Smith hammered down low. Doesn't get the roll. Carter's going to pick up the foul. And the way Smith has shot the ball from that area, Drew, I would say that they're content to have him shoot the free throws.
Yeah, we've seen Grace Baptist go to a kind of an extended 2-3 zone, and you saw the Cougars of Clarksville Academy extend their offense out, kind of a 4-out, 1-in set, trying to isolate Malcolm Smith down there in the middle of that zone and get a post feed in there for either some free throws or an easy layup.
Smith taking his time at the free throw line. And the Cougars have been locked in so far. That one rims out. That thing was all the way down. Dyer can't save it, so Baptist will get it back. We'll take a break. 32-13. Cougars cruising here in Murfreesboro. We're back in a moment.
We'll be in Nashville, Sevierville, Knoxville, Decaturville, Whiteville, Shelbyville, Graysville, Brownsville, Memphis, Chattanooga, Brentwood, Bell Buckle, Ducktown, Jamestown, Tri-Cities, Mountain City, Lynchburg, Gatlinburg, Copper Hill, Berry Hill, Bulls Gap, Bellmead. We're gonna get you, don't you see? We'll be everywhere, man. Lawbreakers should beware, man. Y'all won't have a prayer, man. If you're traveling, we'll be there, man. We'll be everywhere.
Law enforcement is on the lookout for impaired drivers. Booze it and lose it.
Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Big savings on the best brands. We've got it all, and it's all on sale. Nobody beats Family Leisure.
Beeman Toyota is now the top 10% of Toyota dealers nationwide, with 800 Toyotas available. Other dealers may say they've got what you want. Beeman's got it. Whether it's Prius, RAV4, Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Venza, Avalon, Tacoma, or Tundra, Beeman has a Toyota you want at the price you want. And with 0% financing for 60 months on 9 different Toyota models, we've got the payments you want too. Beeman Toyota downtown on Broadway. Access BeemanToyota.com.
Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Shop early for the largest selection at the lowest prices. Pools, tanning beds, play gyms. Nobody beats Family Leisure. Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Big savings on the best brands. We've got it all, and it's all on sale. Nobody beats Family Leisure.
Well, family and fun come together.
Here's a little sound from each coach on what they thought the keys for their team were, respective teams were for today. Let's start with Josh Smith from Clarksville Academy.
We're going to have to figure out how we're going to stop Malcolm and Martin Smith inside, because they're men inside, and we don't necessarily have the height or the beef to muscle up with them. One of the things we're definitely going to have to do is we're going to have to do what we call gang rebounding. Everybody rebounds, all 5 guys, and everybody helps. And we may give up some outside shots, but we've got to help on the inside because those guys are so tough and so strong inside.
Thias from Clarksville Grace. We apologize, we flip-flopped that on you, but no question, he has the right game plan. They just haven't been able to do anything about it.
Well, and thus far in the game, through a quarter and a half, we've seen Clarksville Academy out rebound Coach Mathias' team 16-7 on the boards.
And an offensive foul is called on Brandon Herman. Herman showing no emotion on the call. That could have gone either way for sure. He's got pretty good body control, Drew, as he drives in. He doesn't just plow over people.
Yeah, I think he utilizes that newfound Euro step. He can laterally move around the defender on those drives. Crafty player. I want to see him drive the ball a little bit more into the paint.
That's just his first foul. Good diving play by Rector. Nathan Rector knocks it out of bounds, trying to cause a steal. Nearing the midway point of the second quarter. It was a total blitzkrieg by Clarksville Academy to start this game. Things have settled down some.
That start's going to be hard to overcome if you're Grace Baptist. You're going to have to start speeding up the possession count.
Smith draws the contact, and he'll go to the line. He faked his defender up. So he has been living at the free throw line as the foul will be called on Chris Carter. He'll pick up the foul. 7-15 foul. So that is the second foul on Carter. Smith back to the line. He makes the first.
Malcolm Smith continues to be an efficient free throw shooter there. I think he's just missed one on the day, that one that went all the way in and out. Only 12 big points in this game.
68% for the year, and so far 5 for 6 on the afternoon. And the one that missed could not have been closer to going in. So he's locked in. Here's Rector. Top of the key to Wilson. Taylor Wilson starts, hangs in the air. Nicely done.
A nice drive there by Taylor Wilson, the 6'1" senior. Avoiding the charge and scoring that basketball at the rim.
To the corner. The Smith brothers try to work together. There they are. Malcolm spins in the lane, had it stolen. Good job. Rector comes up with a loose ball as they converged on him. Here's Herman sliding and gets the foul called. And that's that Euro step right there you were talking about, Drew. Let's talk about what that is, because it does seem like they're giving the players offensively, not just on the high school level, but college and pro as well, a little more leeway with the step.
Yeah, and what you're seeing with that is it's a lateral use of going side to side. You see the charge set up, but on your second step, instead of continuing vertically, you kind of horizontally step around the defender. We've seen Manu Ginobili in the NBA really make that a famous kind of step, and then Dwayne Wade of American descent really utilizes that step very well.
Saw Dyer pick up the foul. He'll sit down with 2. 1 out of 2 from the line from Herman. Herman has 8 points. Smith brothers again. Wide open the corner, Crozier. Missed that time. Rebound tapped up. Smith saves it. And a good job. Hyams over to Malcolm Smith in the lane. No good, and a good board by Carter.
Rebound. Great rebound by Chris Carter.
Coach Mathias talking about the gang rebounding. From the corner, Corey Nelson air ball. Rebound loose underneath, and they lay it back in, and once again it's Taylor Wilson.
Taylor Wilson and Chris Carter doing an excellent job on the boards for their team, showing a little bit of grit and intensity.
Malcolm Smith knifing through the defense, gets his own rebound in the traffic. Misses again, and Grace Baptist gets the rebound. Outlet to Herman, and he's fouled on his way to the basket. So this would be before the shot. It's just the 3rd team foul called on Clarksville Academy. Out of bounds underneath.
Before the shot, 21, Travis Russell, that's his first.
So Herman will inbound the ball. Carter off to Rector. Set played for Herman to come from the baseline to get it. He'll work against Martin Smith. Dribbles off the screen. Challenges the defense. Goes through 2 guys. Just fires it up. Tapped up by Carter and controlled by Smith. So good defense as a team there by the Cougars, making it tough on Herman.
Yeah, I think Brandon Herman was a little unsure what he wanted to do with that basketball once he got in the air.
Herman, for the tournament, 6 assists and 11 turnovers coming in. So he needs to hit the right guy, and then of course the Golden Eagles have got to make that shot when the defense is drawn towards Herman.
Yeah, you can tell Clarksville Academy there is going to converge on Brandon Herman once he penetrates the basketball into the paint.
They're just trying to spread it out a little bit. They do, and Smith connects on a drive. As Martin Smith continues to set the pace in this first half. He's got 15 points.
Martin and Malcolm Smith can both put the ball on the floor. They're excellent drivers of the basketball as well.
Both juniors. Taylor Wilson, he has 6 points here in this first half. Off to Herman. Guarded by Martin Smith. They've got him on both sides of the screen, and Herman just shoots over it.
That was a tough shot. Had no rhythm, no bounce in his step, just kind of squared it, fired it. Nice big-time shot by Brandon Herman.
That was much needed. 36-21 as Grace Baptist tries to chip away at that lead. If you're just joining us, it was a quick start for the Cougars. They scored on 12 of their first 13 possessions of the game. And there is Josh Smith, his team with the ball up by 15. In a moment, we're going to hear what his team needs to do to win today. Whatever he told them, it's working. Crozier kicks it back out. This is Lavalette. Martin Smith, baseline jumper. No good. Crozier with a good offensive board. Then traffic tries to kick it back out. Finds Malcolm Smith in the lane and gets the roll. Shoots it right over Chris Carter.
Second chance points. Once again, we saw another offensive rebound, which led to that basket by Smith.
17-point lead for the Cougars. Taylor Wilson, again, creating off the dribble. This one doesn't go for him. The Cougars have it. They can play for one shot. Josh Smith wants Smith to come get it. He does. He's double teamed. Gets it off to Malcolm, and he's fouled. And that will be a 1-and-1. 11 seconds to go here in the first half, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Malcolm Smith.
33, Chris Carter, his third, 8th team foul. Returning is
Josh Smith's got to be happy with how this game has unfolded so far.
in the game, Nathan Schwab.
Chattanooga Grace Baptist. No answers right now for the high post, low post game with the Smith brothers.
I mean, they've been a terrific tandem all year in mid-state basketball, and they're continuing their excellent play today.
Let's see if Grace can get the last shot. 7 seconds. Taylor Wilson's got to have to make it happen. He wants to get to Herman. They're denying him the ball, so Wilson takes it. He draws the foul, and Wilson will go to the line. So good awareness. He knew he wasn't going to get it to Herman in time.
Yeah, you could tell that he knew that there was the clock was beginning to run down. Taylor Wilson with a nice drive there. And Willie, you touched on it earlier. Clarksville Academy is face guarding Brandon Herman. They don't want him to even catch the basketball. So the other players for Grace Baptist, like Taylor Wilson, are going to have to step up their play and make some great basketball plays through penetration.
Taylor Wilson, one of 6 seniors on Grace's roster, hits the first. Wilson with 11 points in each of the first 2 games here at Murfreesboro. He's had a solid first half. He's got 8 points. 38-23. Time for a heave here. Himes goes deep. Gets it to Smith. He gets it off in time. And this one is off to the right. So that'll do it for the first half. A 38-23 lead for Clarksville Academy. Clarksville, as a community, has never won a state championship, Drew. They've been to the finals a couple times. You think about some of the great players, Sean Marion and Trent Hassel, coming through there. Austin P with a great program under Dave Luce. But on the high school level, Clarksville has yet to ever win a title. That could change today if things continue. And in just a moment, let's send it over to the sideline and let's hear from Clarksville Academy coach Josh Smith.
Coach Smith, 38 up 38 points. What are you going to tell your team the second half?
We just have to keep up the intensity and try to get the ball out of Herman's hands. He's a dynamic player, and he's the one that's keeping Grace in the game right now, so we're going to have to game plan a little bit to try to keep the ball out of his hands.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you, Willie.
Thanks, Danielle. Let's go. That's Josh Smith, Clarksville Academy. It's a 15-point lead for the Cougars here at the half. Stay tuned. We'll have more from Murfreesboro in a moment.
Message received. Message received. It's true. Safe drivers get better rates. Get a quote today at FBIPN.com.
I'm Mike Rowan. I'm spreading the word about Ford at a gas station. I'm Mike Jasper, the Ford Fusion, most fuel-efficient midsize sedan in America.
I like this one.
The 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
What is the screen right there?
That's part of the sync system. What's the most fuel-efficient midsize sedan in America? It's Ford Fusion. That's correct.
Now get Fusion with up to $2,000 cash back, plus quality that can't be beat by Honda or Toyota.
Put Ford on the list. Okay. That's my message.
It's the one dream you never lost sight of. To own one place that truly inspires you. And one tractor that can help you handle it all. The versatile BX50 series subcompact tractor from Kubota. It's the one.
Locate your Middle Tennessee Kubota dealer at Kubota.com.
Clarksville Academy offers excellence in athletics, art, and academics. Congratulations to our boys basketball team for making it to the state tournament and adding to our Cougar tradition. Go Cougars!
Cartronics. Navigation. Cartronics. iPod control. Cartronics. Live TV in your car. Cartronics. Same-day installation. Visit us at www.cartronics.biz. 3 locations in Nashville and Brentwood.
Everything to customize your car.
He found me online.
It was easy.
I could tell by his profile where he worked, what kind of car he drove, that he lived by a fire hydrant.
The perfect insurance agent for you is just a click away at FBITN.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
It is time for the Booze It and Lose It halftime report, brought to you by the Governor's Highway Safety Office. We thank them for their sponsorship of this tournament. 38-23 is our score. Clarksville Academy leading Chattanooga Grace Baptist. And Drew, it has been all the Smith brothers setting the tone, each of them with 15 points here in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about the keys to the game, kind of the dominance in the paint by Clarksville Academy. Both of the Smith brothers, 15 points. Clarksville Academy out-rebounding Grace Baptist 22-13 here in the first half.
Now, we talked about Malcolm a lot. He's got a chance to win Mr. Basketball. His brother is a little less talented. And stat-wise, he's been sort of the secondary guy, but he has equaled his brother, Martin Smith, having a huge first half.
Yeah, he's had a huge first half, and we've talked about the rebound disadvantage by Grace Baptist. You see that rebound there by Taylor Wilson. But I agree. I think Martin Smith has done an excellent job of setting tempo. He made 2 big threes there in the first half as well, so he's put it on the deck. He's driven, drawn, and dished to his teammates, but he's also able to make that shot. There's Malcolm Smith with a little in-between mid-range jumper as well.
And for Grace Baptist, they just are not shooting it very well. They don't have as much margin for error, hitting only 35%.
Yeah, shot selection is the key there. 9 of 27 or 26 in that first half. They got to take better shot attempts there in the second half.
We will have more coverage. There's the symbolic shot for you. The Cougars rolling in the first half. They're up by 15.
Beeman Toyota is now the top 10% of Toyota dealers nationwide, with 800 Toyotas available. Other dealers may say they've got what you want. Beeman's got it. Whether it's Prius, RAV4, Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Venza, Avalon, Tacoma, or Tundra, Beeman has a Toyota you want at the price you want. Beeman Toyota is the largest Toyota certified pre-owned dealer, too. The best new cars make the best used cars. Beeman Toyota downtown on Broadway. Access BeemanToyota.com.
What are you doing? Cutting pizza. And not with this. That's a Papa Murphy's stuffed pizza. Step aside, lady man.
Whoa! It's that huge. Papa Murphy's 5-meat stuffed pizza. It's made fresh before your eyes with 5 kinds of meat stuffed into our braided crust. It weighs almost 4 pounds. Now get a large for $9.99. Handmade, home-baked. That's Papa Murphy's.
Give that a try. Yeah, all right. Just be careful. It's got a lot of power. Sorry, dude. My bad.
When you think dinner, you think dilemma. Now unthink dinner with KFC's original recipe chicken. Get a 10-piece bucket with 4 free biscuits for only $9.99. It's perfectly seasoned with 11 herbs and spices. So pick up a 10-piece bucket with 4 free biscuits for just $9.99 and let the Colonel do the cooking tonight.
Think you've seen it all at lunch? It's time to unthink.
Get a grip on the new KFC boneless filet, our meatiest piece of boneless chicken ever, with a side, biscuit, and drink for just $5. Unthink and taste the unbucket side of KFC.
We are back here on the Booze It and Lose It halftime report. The 1A title game halfway done, with Clarksville Academy leading it by 15. Willie Donick here with you. Courtside with me right now is the executive director of the TSSAA, Bernard Childress. And Bernard, so far so good on this afternoon, a triple header. Last week was so much fun with the girls as well.
You're exactly right, and we've been very, very pleased with our attendance. It's been up every day throughout the girls and boys tournament, and we've seen some outstanding talent this week and as well as last week. But team-wise, you know, I don't guess you could ask for a better scenario than what we've had this week.
Well, it's been a lot of fun for sure, and the next 2 games, this one going well first off, but what's interesting about the next 2 matchups, 2 teams very familiar with each other in each matchup, and some big-time players as well. It's only going to get more exciting as the day goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking with someone last night, Will, and they said that the next game, for example, those teams have played each other 4 times, and they've had only 1 game that was decided by more than 2 or 3 points. I think the last game they played was in double overtime, and then the last game is the same way. Those teams are in the same district and have played each other for three times this year. It'll be interesting. White Station has lost 2 of those games, and they did the same thing last year with Raleigh Egypt and came back and won the state championship. So it'll be interesting to watch those teams play this afternoon.
Now, it's been a busy time for you, I know, not only with these basketball championships, you've got the spring sports starting up, and the football playoff format shaking up a little bit this week as well.
That's exactly right. This is the week that we have both our Board of Control and Legislative Council members in, and they meet 2 of the days, and this happens that one of the things that we proposed was the football playoff system for next year, which we had over 20 people in that room and 15 coaches that actually put a proposal together that we feel like once it plays out, it's going to be great for everyone. I think it'll be something that everyone will enjoy.
Well, it's not something we can go through piece by piece today for sure. So today, let's focus on hoops. Thanks a lot for coming by today, and let's have a good time this afternoon.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for inviting us.
That's Bernard Childress. He's the executive director of the TSSAA. Halftime here in Murfreesboro. We've got more coming.
Now more than ever is the time to retool your most valuable resource, your human resource. The Business and Industry Institute at Volunteer State Community College has training solutions for your business. We offer courses and workshops designed to meet your specific needs. Training is provided at your site or ours in programs like Six Sigma, Lean Manufacturing, and Safety Management. Prepare your business for the future. Call or go online today and experience the Vol State difference.
Nashville Sporting Goods supports athletics. We've been there to meet the athletic needs of all ages for over 65 years. We're there when the football team takes the field. We're there for the tip-off at the basketball game. We're there for the opening pitch of the softball game. Nashville Sporting Goods knows the importance of sports in the development of our youth. Having the proper equipment to fully enjoy sports activities is essential. That's why Nashville Sporting Goods is there. We're proud to be supporting athletics.
Suspect is heavily armed and heading north on Main into base and requesting air support and backup.
If you're looking for a career that will push you to the limit, then you're looking for the Criminal Justice Program at Kaplan Career Institute. This program will prepare you for a noble career upholding the American justice system. Call Kaplan Career Institute at 888-718-4949. That's 888-718-4949.
The Booze It and Lose It halftime report continues with Clarksville Academy leading this one by 15. Willie Donick and Drew Maddox here with you. And Drew, let's look at some highlights from this first half.
Yeah, I thought we had a well-played first half, particularly in the first quarter when Clarksville Academy went on that big first quarter run. Grace Baptist did a better job of utilizing the transition and penetration game there in the second half. Taylor Wilson with the big basket there, and then second chance points. 1 of 3 offensive rebounds by Grace Baptist. Brandon Herman showing his ability to knock down the jump shot as well. For Clarksville Academy, it was the Smith brothers, 15 points each here in the first half, and Martin Smith showing that he can knock down the outside shot as well. His second of 2 3-point attempts, but Malcolm Smith, the Mr. Basketball finalist, had an excellent first half with 15 points as well.
We hinted at a couple of these stats in our last segment. Look at the 46% shooting percentage. Also not shown there is the free throw line proficiency, 8 out of 11 at the stripe.
Yeah, and that shows Clarksville Academy's ability to attack the rim, utilize penetration. Once again, they have the two biggest players on the court in the Smith brothers.
We'll be back with more, including the start of the second half. Clarksville Academy leading 38-23.
I'm Mike Rope, and I'm going back to school to spread the word about Ford.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Fuel efficiency matter to anybody? Focus has an EPA estimated 35 mpg, really fuel efficient. What are we studying? Oh, that looks like math.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Stingy on the gas?
Good.
Still peppy and fun? You want to take a look at it?
This is sweet.
Ford has quality that can't be beat by Honda or Toyota.
Now get up to $3,000 cash back on the fuel-efficient Ford Focus. Head to your local Ford dealer today and drive one.
Any questions?
Most people think they can't receive their Social Security benefits until they reach the age of 65.
Many are not aware that different disabilities such as chronic fatigue syndrome, severe arthritis, autoimmune disorders, and mental disabilities may qualify them for disability benefits now. I'm Dale Buchanan, and I've helped thousands of people get the benefits they deserve. If serious illness or injury has prevented you from working, call us at Dale Buchanan and Associates for a free consultation. After all, isn't it your money?
Dad?
Yeah.
Can you help me earn 2 badges?
Sure. What's the first one?
Thriftiness.
Well, that's easy. Right now, we can offer 2 biscuit sandwiches for only $3. Warm buttermilk biscuits with bacon, egg, and cheese, or sausage, egg, and cheese. That's a lot of food for $3.
Cool.
So what's the second badge?
Dad, it's supposed to be an apple.
It's all fruit, son.
Injured? Get the no-fee guarantee and get it done.
Let me tell you what that means. We help injured people, and we make it easy to get the help you need when you need it. You make one call to us, and let our team deal with the insurance company.
Hughes & Coleman announces the no-fee guarantee.
That means you don't pay us a dime unless we get money for you.
Get a lawyer and get it done with the no-fee guarantee. Call Hughes & Coleman, 1-800-489-6000.
Getting set for second half action here in Murfreesboro. Chattanooga Grace trailing by 15. Their coach John Mathias minutes ago caught up with Danielle Hopkins for this report.
Coach Mathias, 9 for 26 field goals in the first half, 12 rebounds. Yesterday you were talking about gang rebounding. That's how you're going to win the game. How are you going to do that, and how are you going to get Brandon Herman more involved?
Well, one of the things that we want to do is, you're right, we've done a poor job rebounding, and we got to do a better job boxing out. We felt like we had several over the backs, but we didn't get the call, so evidently we're not boxing out well. And one of the main things we've got to do is change the tempo of this game, take it away from a half-court game where Malcolm and Martin Smith can dominate inside and make it a full-court game where our guards are more effective, and that's what we're going to try to do in the second half.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. That is John Mathias, and he's got a uphill climb here in the second half as Clarksville Academy scored on 18 of 28 first half possessions. And Drew, it was really out of the gate where they shined.
Yeah, it was the first quarter run, 23-6 in the first quarter. You saw Grace Baptist really settle down in the second half, and they actually won the second quarter, scoring 17-15.
And Terrell Church gets the third quarter off to a good start, getting the lead down to 13. Back come the Cougars, and this, almost a turnover there. A fortunate bounce as Martin Smith runs it down. Here's Dyer out of the corner. Off the back iron, no good, tapped up. Both Smith brothers collided. And Grace pulls down the rebound with Corey Nelson.
And you heard Coach Mathias talk about it at halftime. They're going to start utilizing more 94-foot pressure on the defensive end, kind of scramble it up in the half court, make other guys beat them besides the Smith brothers.
They're too strong for Herman. Good hustle by Grace, but they can't save it. And the Cougars get it back. Now, Drew and I last week in the 2A championship game that we had the telecast of, there was a 19-point comeback in the second half. So this should be no problem for Grace.
Oh, yeah, this is no sweat for Grace. Just down 13. Plenty of time remaining in this game.
Smith, score it. Nice over-the-top feed. Smith from Smith.
Well, that's what, if you're Grace, you don't want to settle down into a half-court game. And Coach Mathias said it. You don't want the Cougars from Clarksville Academy just to run their half-court offense.
Wilson continues to take the ball to the hole well. Just couldn't get that one to fall. Wilson can elevate a little bit there. Now down the other end, it's Dyer. Taking it all the way.
That was a tough shot right there. Heath Dyer averaging 11 points on the year. Nice little bank finish to complete that transition bucket.
Grace Baptist, a quick shot on the other end with Nelson. He has not been able to get on track in this game. The new possession, though, is Rector. Gets the rebound. He'll baseline drive, put it up too strong. He challenged Malcolm Smith and came up empty. Martin Smith tries to find his brother. Good anticipation by Taylor Wilson. He pitches ahead. Herman had his bounce pass go off the foot. And so it's a kick ball, and then it'll go down low. And the Golden Eagles will have it out of bounds underneath. You know what? Chip away at this lead, Drew.
Absolutely, and I saw a very interesting thing from Coach Mathias there. Brandon Herman took that three-point attempt, and he airballed it out of bounds. But he called his senior over and said, Brandon, we want you to drive the basketball, which is something we were alluding to in the first half.
5th turnover for Chattanooga Grace. Here is Josh Smith. There you see him, the head coach of Clarksville Academy.
Had an outstanding year, 35-2 coming into this state championship game.
Malcolm Smith puts it up too strong. Rebounded by Martin Smith. And the Cougars will take it back out for a new possession. Dyer launches, comes up short. On the backside, it looked like Himes was hammered. No call. Grace will take it. Church, good feed, and a Taylor Wilson lay-in cuts the lead back down to 15.
The Cougars from Clarksville Academy thought that was a foul there on that offensive rebound put back. Nice transition bucket by Grace Academy.
Travis Russell zigzagging through the timeline. Starts the offense. Grace has to pressure, and that leaves some space down here for Smith to operate. Took it right into the teeth of the defense and drew the foul.
I tell you, Clarksville Academy does a nice job in the half court of utilizing their spacing. They really space their perimeter players around Malcolm Smith, who kind of hovers around the high post area, can catch. Watch this, Willie. Can catch it at the top of the key free throw line area, face up, and utilize the bounce there to get that foul.
Herman with just the two-hand tomahawk to draw his 2nd foul. They're going to call that every time. And Smith today so far has been able to make the opponent pay as he's made his free throws. But I jinxed him there. Just 1 out of 2.
The old typical broadcast jinx there.
Here's Church lining it up, sizing it up, pulling it back out. Now a little movement by the Golden Eagles. Changing their alignment. They want to go to Herman. Here he is. He's being double teamed. Literally double teamed by 2 guys chasing him all over the place. They are not guarding Corey Nelson. There's Nelson in the corner, number 20. You see him. Now he has it. But Nelson has lost his confidence a little bit offensively. Church, he'll start a drive, draws the contact, can't quite get the roll, but he'll go to the line.
You know, if Terrell Church and the other teammates on Grace Baptist would utilize their penetration, you have one less defender helping, because Heath Dyer is face guarding. You see a great shot of Heath Dyer there. He's face guarding Brandon Herman. So if any of the other 4 players would utilize their dribble, penetrate into the lane, there's not as many help defenders. So you're really playing 4-on-4 basketball at that point.
Terrell Church, that's his first free throw attempted in this tournament. And he knocks both of them down to get it back to 15. So once again, Chattanooga Grace hanging around here in the 3rd quarter, trying to cut into that lead.
If you're driving under the influence in Tennessee, you're gonna get nailed. Booze it and lose it.
Suspect is heavily armed and heading north on Main into base A. Requesting air support and backup.
If you're looking for a career that will push you to the limit, then you're looking for the Criminal Justice Program at Kaplan Career Institute. This program will prepare you for a noble career upholding the American justice system. Call Kaplan Career Institute at 888-718-4949. That's 888-718-4949.
Sometimes words mean nothing. When words are needed, make them count. Franklin Motors, Cunningham Motors in Goodlettsville, and Car Credit. We'll finance anyone on any car. Your ride is here.
The Cougars of Clarksville Academy looking for their first state championship ever. That is their coach, Josh Smith. Here is what he said earlier about what his team would need to do to be successful today.
I think we're going to have to limit turnovers. and we're going to have to be patient on offense and not take quick shots, because I imagine whoever we play is going to be an up-tempo team, and we can't give them a chance to run. And I think defensively we're just going to have to make them shoot contested shots, not give up layups or inside points.
Full court pressure now applied by Grace. And now literally having to go 94 feet is the point guard. And this is Travis Russell doing a good job to get out of trouble. Starts the offense to Smith. It's Himes. Back over to Russell. Pass intended for Himes. And luckily for him, Dyer was coming over. And now to the corner and a foul call. No foul call. Oh, I thought that was going to be a foul. Yeah. It looked like Dyer got hooked by Taylor Wilson from our angle, but no call. Baptist having trouble inbounding. Wow.
A lot of contact on that sideline out of bounds call in favor of Grace Baptist.
And you see Wilson let it go and then almost pulling it back when he didn't like his passing angle. Golden Eagles trying to cut into a 14-point lead. They have not had it inside of 10 in a good long while. They fell behind 23-6 at the end of the first quarter. And they don't have the kind of time to pass this around like this. Now they go inside. Herman posting up. Different alignment, and it works for him.
Not a bad idea by John Mathias out of that timeout to put Brandon Herman down on the post and allow him to post up that face guarder.
Russell getting through the pressure. Grace continuing to extend their defense.
Only down 12, Willie. I mean, we're getting kind of in-between territory for Clarksville Academy here.
Loose ball. Rector forces the jump. Possession goes to the Cougars, but at the same time, Grace will take that. That will, at least for now, get them possession of the ball to start the fourth quarter. Just dribbled off his foot there, and a good job by Rector to get to the floor quick.
Yeah, Rector had quick hands on that crossover dribble by Malcolm Smith.
Dyer inside to Martin Smith. Medium post, and a good soft touch by Martin Smith. He has had the hot hand this afternoon.
Nice little set there out of their timeout by Coach Smith, utilizing the kind of the cross screen at the high post and a dive cut by Martin Smith.
Herman had it swatted. Malcolm Smith just packed it down. The two Mr. Basketball finalists going head-to-head there. Russell into the corner. Dyer finds a little room on the baseline. Has it rim out. He thought he got hit on the arm. No call.
Clarksville Academy can afford to be a little more patient on the offensive end. That was a one pass and shot up 14 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm sure Coach Smith will grade that shot out as a poor shot attempt.
Pullback by Church. And yes, for three. Neither team has relied on the three to get here, but Grace could sure use a couple of long bombs like that. Almost a steal in the backcourt. Now Smith going 1-on-2, and he just rises up over the double team.
Nice little finish there, breaking the press and playing 2-on-1 basketball for that finish.
Church trying to go back-to-back for the three. Didn't happen there. So briefly the lead was down to 11. That's as close as the Cougars have been, but back to 13 and a timeout called by Josh Smith. And he may indeed be saying just what you said, Drew.
Yeah.
Let's not rush it here. Let's get the ball to our correct shooters.
Well, and I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, you got two guys you can go to. I would say if I was in that huddle, you know, 42 and 45 are going to shoot the basketball, and it's going to be in the paint. Or we're going to shoot free throws, and we're going to win this game. We got a 13-point lead, guys. There's no reason for us to hurry or take quick perimeter jump shots.
And not just because they're normally the top two scorers, but also because of the matchups that they have today.
I think percentages show that obviously they're your most two efficient players on offensive end, but as you said, Will, they have a tremendous size advantage going against Grace Baptist, so let's utilize that matchup advantage to our benefit, and especially play a little time and score here late in this game.
So the Grace Golden Eagles, again, will extend the pressure. They'll try to deny this inbound pass. Cougars look at inbound. They'll just lob it up to Malcolm. Malcolm Smith with 20 points. His brother Martin with 17. So they've combined for all but 10 of the points. And a steal by Herman. Let's see if they get the steal first. Was the foul after the steal or before the steal? Nope, it's going to be on Herman. So a little bit of a late call. I thought maybe they had Smith reaching after he had the ball taken away. And the crowd, you can see they were confused.
Wow, yeah, because it looked like there was some foul on that reaching attempt.
The whistle was a little late there. Brandon Herman thought he got away with it. Had the basketball going to the other end.
So third foul on Herman. And that is only the second team foul on Grace. So they've got some fouls to give. So they're in good shape. Backdoor feed. Long bomb pass to Dyer. It was there, but it took a little too long to develop, and Dyer couldn't convert. But Smith gets an extra chance. Good backdoor set play. It was there, but they couldn't convert it.
That's old Don Meyer set. They clear out the help side and isolate the one-on-one cut on the backside.
Ooh, no roll there. The iron was unkind.
How did that ball not creep in?
How did that not go in? Here's Herman. It's down to 13. We're inside of a minute to play, third quarter. Grace creeping back into this game little by little. This is their best player. Herman spinning, creating, double pumping, gets the roll, and he'll go to the line.
You can tell Brandon
And a technical foul is called on Clarksville Academy, so this might make it a little bit closer.
Wow, a technical foul there. Couldn't have come at a more untimely in this game. 44 seconds in the third quarter. Grace Baptist a chance now to cut this lead into single digits.
So Dyer picked up the technical. He thought he was being hooked by Herman, and he's been frustrated. He missed the layup on the back door. He thought he was fouled on the sideline a couple of times. He's had a number of calls go against him. I can see why he's frustrated, but you've got to control your emotions, especially when you're leading in this game. This is going to give a big opportunity for the Golden Eagles to creep closer. So there's the three-point play. Now Herman is going to get a chance to shoot two. And I don't have a problem with that particular call there. I think this is just a good move by a good player.
And Heath Dyer wasn't even the one that they called the foul on there. They called it on Malcolm Smith. Brandon Herman did a nice job of completing that three-point play, but, you know, Josh Smith there has to just be sick to his stomach, as now Grace Baptist has cut this lead to 8 points, a lead that was once 20 points in the first quarter.
So Herman hits all 3 free throws. So it's a 5-point play, Drew, and they have the ball back.
Incredible swing, and Grace Baptist gets the ball to start the fourth quarter.
That is correct. So a huge opportunity here. Coach John Mathias calling a set play on the sideline. Wow, has the complexion of this game changed in a hurry. Church.
Will they hold the ball for one shot? They're utilizing kind of a flex double down screen there for Brandon Herman.
Herman off the set play, no good, but the rebound controlled by Nelson, and he just has not had it today, but it goes off of the Cougars, and it's another possession.
Well, that's just not a smart shot. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. You get a second rebound there. Bring the ball back out, utilize the clock to your advantage, and take the last shot in the quarter.
Rector driving baseline, finds an open man. Nelson off the glass. So Nelson, the sophomore, comes back from the air ball and puts it in, and this game is a 6-point lead. 8 seconds.
Let's see if Clarksville Academy understands. 5, 4, 3 seconds left.
Russell had it knocked away. Smith at the buzzer, no good. And all of the momentum right now is with the Golden Eagles from Chattanooga Grace. They were down by 20 plus, and they have cut it to 6.
Sorry, Travis Russell didn't even realize that the end of the third quarter was upon him.
So we will be back, and we've got a ball game, folks. Grace Baptist will have the ball to start the fourth.
Well, they call them 10-15 onions because that's when you plant them. She's only Hannah Montana when she wears the wig. Then the cocktail fork goes above the plate.
Farmers have great advice, like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Beeman Toyota is now the top 10% of Toyota dealers nationwide, with 800 Toyotas available. Other dealers may say they've got what you want. Beeman's got it. Whether it's Prius, RAV4, Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Venza, Avalon, Tacoma, or Tundra, Beeman has a Toyota you want at the price you want. And with 0% financing for 60 months on 9 different Toyota models, we've got the payments you want too. Beeman Toyota downtown on Broadway. Access BeemanToyota.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Michael Buchanan with Dale Buchanan & Associates. Our thorough understanding of the Social Security disability laws enable us to obtain your benefits more successfully than you can do on your own. If you want experienced help in getting your Social Security disability benefits, call us at Dale Buchanan Associates for a free consultation. After all, isn't it your money?
Message received. Message received. It's true. Safe drivers get better rates. Get a quote today at FBIPN.com.
Today's state championship basketball coverage is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee, the Governor's Highway Safety Office, Who's It and Lose It, and the TSSAA. We are underway here in the fourth quarter. Grace Baptist from Chattanooga was down 31-8 in this game. It is now 47-41. Little by little, they have cut into the lead. And here they are with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Taylor Wilson drives and hits. That's been his move that he's gone to all afternoon.
Well, back to the point, Willie, of their face guarding Brandon Herman. So there's no help defender. They've basically taken the help away because they're face guarding the best player for Grace Baptist, so the other players have those penetration lanes open.
Now let's see what kind of poise the Cougars have. They've been cruising for a good while, and now suddenly every possession is critical. Here's the money man, Martin Smith. He and his brother have dominated today. And Himes decides to take the elbow jumper and hits a big one.
That's a big shot for Miller Himes there to drive the basketball to the elbow and knock down that big jump shot.
5'11" senior Miller Himes. No nerves on that shot. 49-43. Herman, baseline, ran out of real estate, just had to throw it up. And he bounced it off the glass. So couldn't find anybody. He was triple teamed under the basket.
Not sure what he was trying to do there. If he was trying to throw the basketball down and get it back, I don't know if that would be a turnover or not.
I guess he didn't want to throw it into the backcourt and give up a layup. He wanted to make sure his defense could set. Here's Malcolm Smith driving into the lane, through the traffic, and a foul is called. And that is what the Cougars want to see, is Smith going to the free throw line. In each of the first two games, Smith has had double-digit free throw attempts.
Yeah, that time Clarksville Academy utilized a little isolation play. They sent the cutter through and isolated the side out for Malcolm Smith to utilize his driving ability to create that foul situation.
Taylor Wilson picked up the foul. That's his first, as Smith hits the first of two. Malcolm Smith, 21 points, 7 out of 10 from the free throw line today. You see the field goals right there.
Another double-double for him, 10 rebounds.
He's had 15 rebounds in each of the first two games. He's working on that too. Herman, way out. Here's Corey Nelson. He hit a big bucket towards the end of the third quarter.
Look at the double team there to get the basketball out of Brandon Herman's hands, and then they'll go back to face guard him when he doesn't have the basketball.
Now they're trying to post up down low Taylor Wilson. He was trying to go up against the shorter Russell. Instead, Church fires and hits a three.
It's a big shot.
Terrell Church from way downtown. That was beyond the college line easily.
Yeah, that's his second three-pointer today. Just hit one there late in the third quarter.
Smith guarded by Rector. Out to Miller Himes. Russell drives low. Good feed. Smith drives to the hole. Foul called. And who's it on? Really no signal, offense or defense. I think it's going to be a blocking call. You had two officials looking at each other, kind of talking before they decided whether that was a charge or not. I think it was the right call, and that's a foul on Wilson.
Yeah.
So back-to-back possessions, Wilson picks up the foul.
Yeah, I don't even think it was a block charge call. Watch this, Willie. I mean, they pretty much hacked Smith's. Well, I guess it was a block charge call. It was closer than I thought when I saw it in live action.
And Smith again 2 for 2. So 4 straight free throws by Malcolm Smith. And the lead back up to 7.
The benefit of the replay for us over here at the table.
Corey Nelson in the corner. Off to Herman. Slides and regains his balance. And he'll dial it from deep. No good. Nelson went after the rebound, had it tipped, and it's Cougar basketball. Boy, Nelson looked like he was undecided as to whether to go after the offensive board, then suddenly realized he had a chance at that.
And once again, just a 7-point game here. No need to panic and start launching long perimeter jump shots.
Russell has his miss tapped in by Malcolm Smith. I don't know if that was the best decision to shoot that, but it worked out well.
Malcolm Smith treated it like a little pass to himself, crashing the boards for his 11th rebound of the game.
John Mathias calling for another offensive set. This time he wants Herman to trigger it from the top. Two guys run at him. Church has had the hot hand. And Dyer did a good job of denying him the shot opportunity. Church drives, steps back, tough shot. The three, no good. Nelson on the offensive glass, spinning, laying it up, no good. Herman with another chance, takes it up a second time. Ooh, can't get it to go. And it'll go back to the Golden Eagles. Oh, big missed opportunity there. They really need to take advantage of shots like that.
Media timeout.
And a timeout is called from here in Murfreesboro. 4:28 to play. 55-46. We'll see if the Cougars have settled things down to take home their first state championship.
We'll be in Nashville, Sevierville, Knoxville, Decaturville, Whiteville, Shelbyville, Graysville, Brownsville, Memphis, Chattanooga, Brentwood, Bell Buckle, Ducktown, Jamestown, Tri-Cities, Mountain City, Lynchburg, Gatlinburg, Copper Hill, Berry Hill, Bulls Gap, Bellmead. We're gonna get you, don't you see? We'll be everywhere, man. Lawbreakers should beware, man. Y'all won't have a prayer, man. If you're traveling, we'll be there, man. We'll be everywhere.
Law enforcement is on the lookout for impaired drivers. Booze it and lose it.
New Vision Academy, educating the whole child. New Vision Academy is a free public charter school in Davidson County. To learn more about charter schools and the eligibility requirements, text VISION to 45203 and someone will call you. Message and data rates may apply.
So, Bob, how was your weekend?
It was grand.
The new Grand L40 tractor from Kubota. Life is grand.
Locate your Middle Tennessee Kubota dealer at Kubota.com.
New Vision Academy, educating the whole child. New Vision Academy is a free public charter school in Davidson County. To learn more about charter schools and the eligibility requirements, text VISION to 45203 and someone will call you. Message and data rates may apply.
Clarksville Academy leading now by 9, just outside at the halfway point through the fourth quarter here. They've led throughout their biggest lead, 31-8. These are the two guys that have led the way all afternoon. Martin Smith on the left with 17, Malcolm Smith, his twin brother, with 26, and they're trying to take it home today.
Really incredible what those two have done all season long. The points only telling part of the story, 43 points collectively in this game, but their ability to rebound the basketball, handle and pass, they're just a tremendous asset to have on your basketball team.
Teammates trying to spring Herman. He takes it all the way in, lost his balance, tried to get it back and does. So Herman determined to try to make it happen. Brandon Herman 6 for 17 from the field with 18 points. But the Cougars have made it tough on him. Sometimes using two defenders, sometimes using Smith, as you see there. Herman will challenge him. Driving in there, using the body as a shield and getting the roll.
That was a nice drive. He saw the double team coming on his left side, so he drove the basketball down with his right hand. Nice, strong finish at the rim.
He was a little bit lethargic to start this game, we thought, but he's picked up the intensity. His team now within 7. Smith, spinning baseline, 10-footer, come up short. Pretty good defense there by Grace. Here's Herman into the front court. 1-on-4. He's being pursued from in front and behind. Kicks it out. Wilson, again, knifing, and lost it on the spin. And diving on the floor, Miller, make it Himes, and he calls the timeout. Miller Himes doing a good job of finding the loose ball and then having the presence of mind to call the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, Taylor Wilson forcing the basketball a little bit off the dribble there. It looked like he had some teammates open, but a nice heady play by Miller Himes coming up with that loose ball, calling the timeout to save possession for the Clarksville Academy Cougars.
So a 23-point lead was whittled down to 4. Now it sits at 7. So you have to wonder if Grace has one more run in them to try to get over the top.
Well, they're going to have to. They have some fouls to give here. Only 14 fouls here in the second half, so they can afford Willie to be a little more aggressive. Get up into their press right here, 94 feet away from the basket, and speed the Clarksville Academy Cougars up.
Well, you saw Josh Smith there. Seemed pretty calm, cool, and collected.
Holding his breath till the buzzer goes off.
Russell tries to take it all the way. He was a little out of control, but he's fortunate that he got the foul call. And this one's going to go against Nathan Rector. Rector didn't quite get into position for the charge.
Yeah, if he would have just stood there and fallen, he probably would have got credit for that charge.
First foul on Rector. That is the 15th foul. And start to pay attention to that number, because pretty soon you would think they're going to want to start fouling and putting the Cougars on the free throw line. Martin into the lane. That's Martin Smith. Herman trying to counter on the other side. He draws contact and he'll go to the line. So Martin Smith picks up the foul. He thought he was straight up and down. Herman creating the contact there.
Herman does a nice job, Willie, utilizing the dribble. He handles his body really well, shields the defenders off with his shoulders. Nice job drawing that foul.
Herman at the free throw line as we give you today's Ford Drive of the game, brought to you by your Middle Tennessee Ford dealers. See Malcolm Smith there splitting the double team very nicely. Meanwhile, Herman hits both free throws, and the lead is back to 7. Herman now with 22. And a steal in the backcourt. Herman has it, lays it up, and it's good. And suddenly the lead at 5. So a turnover immediately converted into points, and now a steal from behind. Pitched ahead, Wilson, Herman for 3.
Oh, wow. What a big-time shot by Brandon Herman to pull up from 3 after that turnover.
Timeout, Josh Smith and the Cougars. The answer? Yes, indeed. The Golden Eagles have another run in them.
Willie, you set them up for that run coming out of that timeout.
Wow. Boy, did that happen in a hurry.
2 quick turnovers on the press.
Then the steal from the behind run back, the Rick Pitino pursuing from behind, knocked it away. Taylor Wilson pitched ahead for Herman for 3. So 7 points in the span of about, what, 30 seconds?
30 seconds, and now you find yourself down 2 points, the closest that Grace Baptist has been since 6:27 left in the first quarter.
So we're talking about almost the tip-off. Herman now has exploded. He's now got 27 points. Brandon Herman had 23 in the quarterfinals against Oliver Springs. Came back with 29 yesterday against Westwood. And now the Cougars working against the press. Give and go, Russell tripped. It looked like it was incidental contact, but you've got to call that there, Drew.
Absolutely. Just a 16 foul for Grace. So not a one-on-one situation yet. So they utilized their 2 remaining fouls to give the last couple of possessions to turn this defensive effort up.
2 fouls on Church. Nobody with more than 3 for Grace. So they're okay so far foul-wise. But that could change. 14 fouls on Clarksville Academy. Martin Smith dribbles into the front court, picks it up. Now he needs some help. Russell barely getting there in time. Church had ideas of a steal. Russell almost lost it. And it's out of bounds on Grace, so it'll stay with the Cougars.
See if Coach Smith and Clarksville Academy will be a little more patient on the offensive end this possession.
You figure it's got to go to the Smith brothers, but instead Russell from 15 has it rim out. Herman ahead of the pack, and losing his balance was Nelson. Oh, he lost his footing at the last second.
Nelson's got to get back. We're playing 5-on-4.
Chaos. Dyer from 15. This one is no good. Smith rebounding and laying it in. Wow, what a sequence.
Number 20, Corey Nelson didn't hustle back on the defensive end.
Herman just a long bomb. He came up short. Cougars rebound. Russell looking like one of the Globetrotters, just darting all over the court. Now feeds, and Smith traveled with it. No bucket. Shuffled the feet to get his feet right for the dunk, and he clearly traveled.
He didn't put the ball on the floor. He can't take that many steps after the pass.
And they'll give that to you a little benefit of the doubt, but on this one, as you can see, a little 1, 2, 3, 4 action. So we got a 4-point game. See what kind of decision making we have here. Wilson, what kind of shot do they get? Nelson backs it out. Nelson might be shaken after stumbling there on a layup that would have tied it. Here's a double team of Herman. Cougars just running 2 at him. Wilson's had a good game. This is what he's been doing. Gets into the lane, and he came up short, and a big rebound by Smith, and he's fouled.
Another big rebound by Malcolm Smith. He can do it through scoring the basketball, but he affects the game in so many other ways. Outstanding rebounder as well.
John Mathias was hoping for a foul. He thought Smith was a little aggressive there on the rebound after he got fouled, but maybe begging there a little bit too much. Smith at the line. This will be a 1-and-1. It's a big one. And it rims out. So another opportunity here for Grace. Herman trying to get there before the defense is set. Takes it all the way for 2. 29 points for Herman, and a timeout called. The lead is down to 2.
Once again, Brandon Herman really has great control of his body. They're going to his left side. Watch him use that step. Coming into your living room here with this nice drive, little side step. Floated away from the defense there for a nice finish. Outstanding timeout, I think, there by Coach Mathias. Got the lead down to 2 now with 1:07 to go.
Each team is fine as far as timeouts left. Still 3 timeouts left for Chattanooga Grace. 2 left for the Cougars from Clarksville Academy. You can see the Golden Eagle fans hoping for the miracle here. They were down 31-8. Twice they've had it down to 2. They even had the layup to tie it. And despite missing that, they've still come back. Here's a long pass. Russell over the top. Ahead of the pack. Tries to take it all the way. It's no good, but tipped in.
Big time play by Martin Smith to cover that miss up.
Wow. Nelson was way up there for the block, and his man came in behind because Nelson had to help out. Inside of a minute. Wilson lays it in. It's back to 2, and another timeout called by Grace. Wow.
I'll tell you, Taylor Wilson is a crafty penetrator of the basketball. Nice finish there.
Watch this play. Nelson going way up for the block, and then coming in behind Martin Smith.
Just an outstanding job of not giving up on the play, not expecting Travis Russell to go ahead and finish that. He didn't finish the play. But Martin Smith there, right place, right time, nice left-handed tip finish.
Got a little package to show you how Brandon Herman has led his team back into this game for the Golden Eagles. He's got 29, the Mr. Basketball finalist.
He scored 2,300 points in his career, Willie. He knows how to score the basketball. Can do it through penetration, finishing in transition, or through utilizing the three-point shot, as we saw that big make after the turnover that cut this lead down to 2 points.
He's 10 for 23 from the field, as you can see. 7 rebounds to go with it. And I want to say, Drew, he was 1 for his first 8. So he has really come on since that slow start. So now full court pressure again. They still have a foul for the 1-and-1. 8 team fouls. So in other words, it's not a 2-shot foul if you foul here. They're going to want the steal if they can get it, though.
I was looking at free throw shooters for Clarksville Academy. The best free throw shooter on the court is Martin Smith at 75%.
And a loose ball. Grace comes up with it. They got a chance to tie. Herman against two defenders, knifing in, fouled, and the shot is blocked. And Herman will go to the line for two. If he can make them, we'll have a brand new game with 29 seconds to go. As Miller Himes had his bounce pass hit off the leg of a defender, Smith dove after it but couldn't control it. So the full court press has given the Cougars some problems here.
Really done a nice job. Brandon Herman 73% in this tournament. He makes the first one.
And here's Herman, just determined, spinning through two guys. Now Herman to tie the game for the first time since the opening tip. No good. And it's batted out of bounds, Cougar ball. Oh my goodness. Still time though, 28 seconds. Rector went way up there to try to keep it alive and batted it out of bounds.
They did a nice job of attacking that rebound on that free throw miss.
And Josh Smith wants a timeout. So possession by possession. This is why you save the timeouts for the end of the game, Drew.
Yeah, and Josh Smith now has one timeout left, so he knew they have a timeout remaining if they get in trouble, but nice job of utilizing this timeout here to make sure everybody's on the same page coming out of this timeout to get this basketball inbounds.
Just to do the set for you, Clarksville Academy still has a foul to give. They have 5 team fouls, 18 fouls for Grace. So the next foul they give would be a 1-and-1. The possession arrow favors Clarksville Academy, so they would get any kind of tie-up that we have. One timeout left, as you can see at the top of your screen. Golden Eagles with 2, Cougars with 1.
I think you'll see, obviously, Grace Baptist come out of this timeout, utilize their press, which has been very effective here in the fourth quarter. If they don't get a quick steal, look for them to utilize their fouls to put Clarksville Academy on the free throw line.
Chattanooga Grace felt pretty good about the schedule they had played all year long. The only losses they had were to Clarksville area teams, all of which had great seasons. Cougars throw it away again almost. It's deflected out of bounds by Church, and I'm telling you, I'm not sure that pass would have been completed even if Church didn't hit it.
Wow, it looked like Malcolm Smith kind of anticipated his teammate cutting towards him.
There's an over-the-top pass. Dyer ahead of the pack, lays it up, and he hits it. Heath Dyer for the over-the-shoulder pass. And now Grace coming back with 17 seconds. Herman from deep, no good. Rebound batted out, still loose. Wilson saves it. The shot out of the corner is good. Unbelievable, Corey Nelson. We're tied up, 3 seconds to go. Smith loses it. And can you say overtime?
Unbelievable for Corey Nelson to jump up and make that three-point shot to send this game into overtime.
Absolutely unbelievable. The clock never stopped, starting with the over-the-top inbounds pass to Dyer for the layup on one end, then back the other way. Herman took what I thought seemed like a desperation three. Yeah. He had more time than maybe he thought he did, fading away into the corner. And here it is. Just the save on the sideline started it all.
Yeah, I thought Taylor Wilson, outstanding hustle play. I thought Coach Mathias may call a timeout after that they regained possession, but Corey Nelson, the deep corner bomb to tie this game and send it into overtime. The last time I guess this game was tied was what, Willie, 2-2 just at the beginning of this game.
Well, then I thought it was curious that Clarksville Academy went for it in the frenzy. They were hoping that one of the Smith brothers could make the shot at the end against the unset defense instead of calling the timeout. That's the choice you have there. But instead we had a frenetic pace, and Smith lost control of the ball in the final seconds. But there is the man of the hour right now, the sophomore Corey Nelson, who had struggled. Remember, he had the layup that would have tied it earlier and lost his footing, got very frustrated. He's only 3 for 11 from the field on the afternoon, but he hit the big one.
A huge shot to keep Grace Baptist, their hopes alive here in the state final.
At one point, early in the second quarter, with 6:27 to go in the first half, the Cougars led this game 31-8. We're now all even. And right off the bat, Russell fires and misses, and it's out of bounds to Grace, so they'll have a chance to take the lead.
Willie, we talked about one of the keys to the game is the perimeter play for Clarksville Academy. We've seen some quick shots here in the second half, but also 8 turnovers here in the second half.
Rector had it stripped from behind. Russell, a great defensive play to hustle back. Boy, it looked like Grace had the 2-on-1 they were looking for.
Great hustle play by Clarksville Academy.
Russell off to Smith. It's been interesting that the Smith brothers have been having to come out on the perimeter, Drew. They haven't had much around the basket.
I think it just shows the comfort level that Clarksville Academy has with the basketball in their hands, whether it be on the perimeter or in the post.
But it's taken them out of their comfort zone. Now here's the cut, and a steal by Herman. He picks it up, goes around the defender. 2-on-2, and a foul is called in the open court. And that will not be a shooting foul, I don't believe. They'll call that on the floor, and it's still not a 1-on-1 situation.
Yeah, just a 16 foul this half for Clarksville Academy.
Miller Hines picks up the foul. So the next one will be a 1-on-1. Wilson will inbounds. What a shocking comeback this has been. Lob pass, great catch. My goodness.
Said at the same time it was. He caught that ball left-handed.
That had turnover written all over it until Corey Nelson snatched it. 3 minutes to play in the OT. Here's Herman. Cougars likely to run 2 defenders. There they are. Let's see if he can get through them both. Finds the open man. Nelson feeling hot now. Not this time. But the rebound is loose. Rector had it. And a jump ball. Interesting call there. And this will go to the Cougars. No, I'm sorry. It'll go to Chattanooga Grace.
Looked like Corey Nelson was feeling good after that 3-point bomb. He took another attempt, but Rector with a big-time rebound there. Jump ball. Grace Baptist retains possession.
Again, a chance to take the lead. Same way. Grace keeps control. They have not led in this game, Drew.
That's incredible to think. Here you are in the state championship overtime, and you haven't had one lead in this game. Incredible perseverance by the Grace Baptist Golden Eagles.
And all of the momentum is on Grace's side. Here's Herman for the lead. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. And it's taken away. Wilson takes it straight to the hole. Missed it. And Smith has the rebound, and he is fouled from behind. Wilson got his arm tangled around Smith. And this will be a 1-on-1 at the other end. And that's the 3rd foul on Taylor Wilson. Still nobody playing with 4.
Look at those trees go up. Both Smith brothers extended high for that rebound. Martin Smith coming up with the rebound, the best free throw shooter on the Clarksville Academy Cougar team at 75% coming into this tournament.
Martin Smith had a big day. Can he hit the front end? Yes. And the Cougars back in the lead. Well, that looked like a frustration foul by Wilson. He missed the shot. He was frustrated with himself and couldn't get his arm unhooked there.
Yeah, he had a great opportunity there. Nice drive. We've seen Taylor Wilson utilize in this half. Just came up a little bit short on the attempt, but Martin and Malcolm Smith both have gorgeous looking strokes at the free throw line. Nice soft touch.
Here's Herman. Again, being hounded by 2 defenders. The open man is Church. Church, shaking and baking. Had the crossover go off the foot of the defender. Nearing 2 minutes to play. We're in overtime. If you're just joining us, a dramatic comeback by the Golden Eagles. Rector spinning in the lane. Ooh, it went in and out. Rebound loose, jump ball. Wow. An early whistle there. And the possession arrow this time goes to the Cougars. Boy, if they let it go for a half a second more, Herman was about to wrestle it away. So a good quick whistle if you're a Cougar fan. Now with 1:49 to go. Malcolm Smith, the big man, getting it across himself. Here's Russell. Russell calling a set play. They want to go to one of the Smith brothers here. They've been running a little shuffle cut. And it's a steal in the backcourt. The sophomore Nelson. Can he finish it? Yes, sir. A tie game again.
Too long of a pass to utilize the bounce there. Just too slow. Corey Nelson did a nice job of darting through the passing lane for that dunk finish.
And they're going to run the same play. This time they go inside. Martin lays it in. Martin Smith on the shuffle cut from the high post, cutting down to the basket. Good feed that time. They're back in the lead. Herman in traffic. Gets it a second time. Takes it back up. Foul. And he'll go to the line. So Herman has noticed that if he can get down quick before the defense gets set, there's been some room in there.
No double team either. You know, the double team can't come in and get it. Watch this long bounce pass by Heath Dyer, Corey Nelson. Nice job of anticipating that, and then a great finish there on the other end to tie the basketball game.
Meanwhile, Herman comes up short on the first free throw. Still 1:01 to go. 30 points for Herman. And he hits 1 of 2 to cut the lead to 1, and a timeout is called. 67-66. So each team now still with a timeout, 2 as a matter of fact, for Clarksville Academy, 1 left for Chattanooga Grace. So if you're John Mathias here, what's been effective, Drew, has been the full court pressure. So really, that's what you want to do. You want to make the Smiths have to come out and handle the ball. That's been really the big key to the second half comeback.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job of utilizing the press, forced 8 turnovers in the second half, particularly in that one stretch in the fourth quarter where they forced 2 back-to-back turnovers. I think John Mathias is in there talking about what kind of press do we want to utilize? Do we want to utilize more of a denial man-to-man press, or kind of junk it up with more of a zone trapping press? What do we want to do when we come out of this timeout? And then Clarksville Academy, obviously Josh Smith's talking about, guys, we just got to get the ball in bounds first of all. That's the most important thing. Then secondly, utilize the pass to break the press, and then be strong with the basketball and anticipate the foul coming towards you.
Brandon Herman has 31 points on the afternoon. The Smith brothers, Malcolm with 26, his brother Martin with 27. Those have been the 3 guys that have led the way. Taylor Wilson of Grace Baptist with 14. Terrell Church with 10. Corey Nelson, who hit the big shot out of the corner from 3 to tie the game in the final seconds, has 9. Here's a long pass. Smith holding off the defender, running it down, falling down, and losing control. They went deep on the first pass. They let everybody fight for the ball.
Yeah, a lot
Smith
of contact on that ball. When that ball was in the air, it looked like both players were kind of having a wrestling match for the basketball.
Herman looks over to his coach, John Mathias, and says, what do you want to call here? Well, 2 defenders running at him. Herman running out of real estate, lobs it. Church loses it, finally gets it back. And he came from out of bounds. Church was out of bounds, came back in. And it's a turnover. It's hard for us to see, Drew, exactly where Church was. I thought he may have gotten back in to establish himself.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the call was there. The official said he exited the playing floor and then came back into the playing floor.
Well, I'd like to see if we can take a look at that to see if he had established himself back in bounds. But either way, it's all academic because Clarksville Academy is going to have the ball. It was kind of a tight roll back there on that sideline. Herman was double teamed. He tried to work with Church to keep it alive.
Yeah, it started out here with this double team out front. Brandon Herman almost had a backcourt violation, and he threw the ball okay. And you can see it was kind of a hot potato by Grace Baptist here between Church and Herman.
So he's out of bounds. Now he's coming back in. Does he get? No, only had 1 foot down. Good call.
He never established both feet, so an excellent call there by the official on the sideline.
That was the right call. So Herman was disappointed because he thought he had been able to get through all the trouble there with the duress. But instead, the Cougars come up with it. Now, this has been a very interesting part of the game right here. The full court pressure by Grace. Let's see if the Cougars can get it in bounds. They've been running guys deep. This time they throw it into the backcourt. And Russell fouled, and this will be a 1-and-1. So that was something that it appeared that Grace wanted, was to foul a particular player, not one of the Smith brothers.
Travis Russell, an outstanding free throw shooter as well, 75% on the year.
So a little surprising that they immediately fouled him for 34 seconds. You can see his routine there. Reminds me of Mark Jackson back in the day. The current NBA commentator who played for the Knicks for a long time used to have that same kind of thing. Let's watch it. Russell, a junior, hit the front end to put the lead at 2. Look at the focus. And he knocks them both down.
He almost blows a kiss towards the basketball towards the rim before he takes the tip.
Now Grace has got to work quick. 30 seconds to go. Church Trying to get it to Herman. Being denied. Dyer face guarding him. They can't get it to him. Now they do with 20. Herman off to Church. He lined it up. 15 seconds. Timeout. Good job by John Mathias. He saw that his offense had no flow, and the clock was down to 15.
You know, Willie, here we have entered a debate in the world of basketball now. When you're up 3 late in the game, you know, do you utilize the foul and put somebody on the free throw line instead of allowing them to shoot a perimeter jump shot to tie the game? We saw Mississippi State last week here in Nashville playing Kentucky, and we saw them utilize the strategy of fouling a Kentucky player, and you know, now you're starting to see that a lot more. And I'm always interested to see what coaches do when they come out of timeouts. Will you foul, put Grace on the line, or do you just play the possession straight up here and make them take a contested jump shot?
Grace Baptist is 6 for 21 from 3. Of course, they did hit the 3 to tie it at the end of regulation. Right. You wonder if that's in the back of the mind of Josh Smith. But I think you got to take your chances and just play straight up defense. If they hit a bomb and it only ties the game, then if the worst thing is double overtime, I guess you take it.
Right. I think it's just, it's an ongoing debate. You know, in our world, we always are talking about it, whether it's on the radio, through message boards. You know, what's the right strategy here? And so it'll be interesting to see what Clarksville Academy does out of this timeout.
So now each team down to 1 timeout. So John Mathias, let's see what he draws up here. The Cougars, again, are going to try to make it hard for Herman to be the man. Church just dribbles up to the three-point line and hits. Boy, he walked right up to the top of the key and drains it. 5 seconds to go in the overtime. Once again, a timeout is called.
There you go. Josh Smith at the end of regulation did not call that timeout after Grace hit the three-point shot. This time, choosing to call a timeout when he felt like his team was a little disoriented after that three-point bomb by Terrell Church. Well-timed shot from the top of the key.
You know, the thing about it, Drew, we were talking about how the team hadn't hit a good percentage, but Church was the one guy that had hit a couple. That's his third, and watch Church, watch the ease in which he's able to get right up to the line and drain it.
He just squared it up. They utilized a little flare screen at the top of your screen there for Brandon Herman, and then Terrell Church just able to size that shot up, walk right up, get good rhythm behind it, and knock down that big three-point make for his team.
Well, another interesting stat, Terrell Church had not attempted a free throw coming in, or a three-point shot in either the quarterfinal or the semifinal. But today, six attempts and 3 makes, including that huge one to tie it up again. Now let's talk about Clarksville's possession here. They got the ball at midcourt. They have no timeouts left, so they have to make it happen here. You would think they would want to try to lob one or get it inside one way or another with one of the Smith brothers. If they can catch it down there, you like their chances.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting here. They came out in this box set around the paint, and you see that a lot, particularly on the side out of bounds. And I was going to be interested to see what Grace Baptist, where they would place their help defender. Would you put a defender on the basketball, or would you stretch him back and provide more of a help in the paint as those screeners and users come off of that half-court set?
There's got to be somebody watching our telecast somewhere across the state saying, wait a minute, this game is in overtime?
Yeah, probably
31-8. And indeed it was. If you're just joining us, Chattanooga Grace led this game early in the second quarter by 23. And little by little, Grace Baptist got into it. They had not pulled even until the final seconds of regulation when Corey Nelson hit a desperation 3 out of the corner to tie it. And it's gone back and forth in the overtime. And right now, we're going to give you the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Player of the Game. And this is going to be controversial, depending on who wins this game, since we're deadlocked. But we're going to go right now with Malcolm Smith, who has been just outstanding today. It could be a flip of the coin between him and his brother and with Brandon Herman. In fact, you could even give try MVPs. But Smith is our choice for now. And now we're back to live action. Here we go. The lob pass intercepted. Wilson lost it. Bats it in the air. We're going to double overtime. Oh, my goodness. A little confusion on the court. Nobody had any timeouts left. They tried to go with the lob pass, and a great job by Taylor Wilson to read it all the way. He intercepted it, Then, Drew, it became very interesting. He looked like he wanted to go deep and throw it down the court. And all of a sudden he realized he was in trouble, held onto it, and almost traveled with it.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Was that a turnover there, which would have given Clarksville Academy the basketball back on the side inbounds with about a second remaining. But a great job by Taylor Wilson being Johnny on the spot there with help side defense intercepting that lob pass from inbounds.
I had a feeling they were going to try to throw it back towards the basket with the height advantage that the Smith brothers had. Wow. Double overtime. So let's check the foul situation. The good news for both teams is nobody playing with 4 fouls. So they're still in the 1-and-1. The next foul will be 2 shots, as Grace has committed 9 fouls. So any foul for a Cougar player sending him to the line will be a 2-shot foul. Grace still in the 1-and-1 should they get fouled. But we're about to tap it up for our second extra session. And this one's going to go straight out of bounds. And I think the smart thing to do here would be to jump it up again. It was hard to tell who won that tap.
Are they going to tip it up again?
I don't understand that call at all.
No. I don't understand, because it looked like clearly that Taylor Wilson had tipped the basketball backwards.
Well, what they did was they just determined the possession arrow. They gave it the possession arrow, and Grace, I guess, previously had the arrow. I'd like to know the rule on that. I would have just tapped it up again and be done with it.
It would have been harmless just to tip it up again.
But here's Wilson, and he drains the 3 to start the double overtime.
Their first lead of the basketball game on that 3-point attempt. And Willie, once again, that's the 3rd timely 3. Their percentage isn't that great, but they've made timely 3-point makes in this game.
So Wilson in double digits at all 3 games in the state tournament. And he drains this from the left wing. So the first lead in the game. The foul was called on the inbounds pass, and Russell was over the line. Corey Nelson picks up the foul. And that is team foul number 10. So as we told you, all shots are going to be 2 shots. Now we saw Russell knock down the 2 clutch free throws in the overtime. He goes right back to the same routine. Youngsters, that's what you want to do, is do the same thing every time you go to the line, even if it is demonstrative.
Okay, it's going to be interesting to see right here Clarksville Academy's demeanor. For the first time in this basketball game, they're trailing. How will you respond being down 2 points now here in double overtime?
1 out of 2 for Russell. 18 for 24 from the line this afternoon are the Cougars. Here's Wilson trying to create. Ooh, kept the pivot foot down, almost lost his balance. They're trying to deny the ball to Herman again. Church, he's been the man. He launches it again. And his second gigantic 3 in extra time.
His 3-point stroke looks outstanding. 4th 3-pointer on the day, had made 0 coming into this game.
And a diving steal. Rector tries to keep it alive, and he knocked it out of bounds. Oh, great hustle by the junior.
Really think about this score, because it was 23-6 at the end of the first quarter. And how Grace Baptist has worked their way back into this basketball game.
It was 23-6. It got to 31-8. And now, Grace has their biggest lead at 5. Russell driving off to Smith. Smith baseline, and he lays it in. That's where they have to go with the ball, Drew. Martin Smith or Malcolm Smith.
It's a no-brainer. You got the 2 biggest players on the floor. They're super talented. They can score around the rim in a variety of ways. They've got to touch the basketball every possession for Clarksville Academy.
Boy, Church playing with a lot of confidence. He had only 11 points combined in the first 2 games. Here in Murfreesboro, he's got 16 in the final. And a turnover. Not only a turnover, but a foul. And this is going to go against Taylor Wilson. And now he becomes the first player to pick up his 4th foul. So now he's got to watch out. He's been very aggressive all day long. And he's been a critical player for them.
He's had an outstanding game. Taylor Wilson's played big-time basketball game with 17 points. Had the steal at the end of regulation to send this into overtime.
Here we go with Russell again, and he misses the first of 2. And now we'll see if the Cougars come with some full-court pressure of their own. They haven't had to press. They've led all afternoon long. Russell taking his time and recovering to hit the second of 2. 75-73. Church One of 6 seniors on this Gray squad. Looking over. So John Mathias has got a lot of sets. He's been positioning all 5 guys each time down. They're trying to go inside. There he is. Herman posting up. Spins to the baseline, hangs in the air, and lays it in. Great body control.
He is outstanding at utilizing his body to shield off the defender and finish the basketball.
Martin Smith for 3. Martin Smith, who hit a couple of trays early in the game, lets it fly, and it's back to 1.
Wow, big time shot. That was a quick 3.
Now again, Herman, this time from the perimeter, spinning into traffic ahead, blocked by Martin Smith. Here's Russell, weaving, off to Smith again. Martin Smith puts it up, no good. His brother gets the rebound, and he's fouled. Good call, Church reaching in, and I think that was a good foul, Drew.
It was a smart foul because he was going to finish that basketball. He was going to put it in the basket. Clarksville Academy was going to be up 1. You might as well make him earn it by going to the free throw line and having to make 2 free throws.
So Church reaches in from behind, and we've got another tie. Malcolm Smith. He's now got 27. His brother's got 32 for the lead.
How good is that duo?
My goodness.
You know they're coming back next year as well. Wow.
We are inside of 90 seconds to go in overtime number 2. And once again, John Mathias directing traffic. He has been positioning all the guys. It all revolves around where you want Herman to try to get it done from. Church, a shot fake, a drive, and he came up short. Good contest by Malcolm Smith without fouling, and then Rector comes in and fouls Malcolm Smith on the rebound. That is not what you wanted there.
No, I mean, there's a lot of time left. I sense a little bit of a frustration foul, but there's still a minute left. As we've seen, you got to play all the way to the buzzer. Just to, not a smart foul, 94 feet away from the basket. Malcolm Smith, they come up with that rebound. Why foul him and put him on the line? He just made 2 free throws earlier.
And he has been getting to the line a lot. This is his 17th free throw attempt, and it rims out. Wow. The iron was unkind there, as our buddy Timmy Brando likes to say.
We saw his first miss in this game look identical to that, where it kind of rolled around the rim.
But Malcolm is now 13 for 18 from the line. 2-point game. Grace had a 5-point lead here in the second overtime. Here's a good and go. Herman knifing in, left it short. Rector on the offensive boards, battling with Hines, and another foul on Rector. So Rector getting a little too excited, and for the second straight time commits the foul. Now he's got 4.
Once again, it's just a 2-point game, 55 seconds remaining. There's no need. That's 2 94-foot fouls after a missed shot. No need to panic yet. This ball looked like it was going to go in the basket, creep in. Nice big rebound by Miller. Hines there stripping the ball away, and no need to foul.
Hines 65% on the season, misses the first. So even if he makes this, Grace is still within 3 in 1 possession. They've got 3 players now with 4 fouls. Rector, Church, and Wilson, 3 of their starters. 1 out of 2 for Miller Hines, and it's 80-77.
Still a 1-possession game here. Grace Baptist with some options, either attack quick or make a perimeter jump shot.
Church trying to attack. There's Nelson. Nelson in the corner, always as a passing outlet. 33 seconds, they want to go to Herman. Let's see if Herman's got one more big play in here. 30 seconds, he's being chased by 2 guys. He has to go, off to Nelson. Now Rector. 22 seconds. Church wanted to let it fly. He's double teamed. Now Wilson for 3. No good. Up short. Rebound loose. Rector pulls it back out with 13 seconds, and a foul is called. So Rector declined to go back up with it. Tried to dribble it back out. There's still plenty of time here.
Yeah, once again, they milked 47 seconds off the shot in the clock. Down 3.
And now Rector will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Rector just 2 for 7 in the tournament from the free throw line. And this will be his first attempt of the game. No good. So now with 10 seconds, they've got to foul quick. Russell fouled immediately with 8 seconds left. And now with a 3-point lead and a trip to the line for 2, the Cougars are in the driver's seat. So now Brandon Herman has 4 fouls. And Coach Josh Smith is saying, hey guys, we got to get some people on the free throw line here. I know you're excited.
Calm down. Let's finish the game off. Plenty of time to celebrate once the buzzer goes off.
Russell has been to the line a bunch. And he hits the first of 2, and now it's a 4-point game. That was a big one there. Russell now 5 for 7 at the line. And a timeout is called by Clarksville Academy. He wants to make sure, Josh Smith does, that they properly defend after this free throw, make or miss.
Yeah, I think it's more of just to settle his team down, like you said, Willie. Let's make sure we're on the same page. No need to celebrate yet. Let's finish this 7.9 seconds out. We'll have plenty of time to celebrate this. Let's get in the right defense. It's been a hard-fought game. We've seen a lot of weird things happen late. Still, something could happen, so we want to make sure we get in the right defense after these made free throws.
What an amazing roller coaster ride of emotions in this one. If you're Josh Smith for Clarksville Academy, you see your team come out of the gates flying. You're up by 23. Little by little, the game whittles away. And then you fall behind by 5 in the second overtime and come back to have this 4-point lead. As we mentioned, big day coming up. Next up, Liberty against Bolivar Central. 2 teams that are very, very familiar with Murfreesboro, and they're familiar with each other.
Absolutely.
They've played each other 4 times. That should be an absolute barn burner.
Yeah, Bolivar's won 3 of the 4 games, but 2 have gone to overtime. Should be a fun game.
Cougars in their good luck stance, looking for Travis Russell to try to put the game away here. His free throw connects for a 5-point lead. Now Grace is going to have to try to go deep, and they throw it in the length of the court. And then Wilson is going to run out of time here. He's got to hurry. The 3, no good, and that is going to do it. The Cougars have won their first ever state championship. A double overtime thriller. The Clarksville Academy Cougars, Drew, finished the season at 36-2. What an amazing journey in this game alone.
A lot of excitement. We've seen some jerseys even get tossed off there. First state championship. Congratulations not only Clarksville Academy, but the city of Clarksville puts their stamp on Tennessee high school basketball with their first state championship out of that outstanding basketball city.
And what a valiant comeback by the Golden Eagles of Chattanooga Grace Baptist. Down by 23, came back to tie it. Hit huge 3-pointers in regulation and in overtime, just daggers to send it into extra time. Then had a 5-point lead in the second overtime and couldn't hang on.
Well, how good are Martin and Malcolm Smith? I've heard that they want to play college basketball together. They want to be a package deal. You know, obviously Austin Peay right there in Clarksville would be a fine choice, but those 2 guys are outstanding players.
Now let's go over to Danielle Hopkins. She's in the middle of the celebration with Josh Smith, the victorious head coach.
Hey, congratulations, Coach Smith. The team is so proud of you, so happy. The whole city of Clarksville, this is your first state championship. Tell me about your team. What'd you say to them at halftime?
At halftime, we talked about Grace Baptist is not here for a reason. That they were going to make a run in the second half, and we were just going to have to withhold our lead and give them credit. I mean, that's tremendous to come back from 20 points down, but our kids showed their mettle tonight and didn't give up.
Tell me a little bit about the Smith brothers. Together, that combined, they've got about 60 points between them. Good shots for your team. Good ball handling for your team.
They're tremendous players. I mean, we've got a lot of good players, but by far they are the foundation of our team.
All right, go enjoy this first one with your team, Coach. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Danielle, thanks a lot. I'll tell you what, that man has been through the ringer. Drew, you know that as a coach. Wow, what an unbelievable roller coaster ride. But Clarksville Academy has the title. We're back with more.
Do you know where I can find
drill bits? L7.
Thank you.
Hey,
Aren't you Charlie?
Charlie's here?
Charlie?
Charlie?
People know that farmers have some of the best advice around, like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
This happens a lot.
I'm Mike Rowan. I'm spreading the word about Ford. The Ford Escape. EPA estimated 28 mpg, and there's a hybrid version that gets 34.
Well, this is nice.
Have you seen the Edge?
I have not.
Plenty of room.
But this is cool too. This thing goes all the way back.
Quality that can't be beat by who?
Toyota and Honda.
That's exactly right.
Now you convinced me to buy a new car.
I didn't mean to. It just happens.
Now get 0% financing on the Ford Edge or the Ford Escape. Spread the word and drive one.
Now I just feel like I'm bragging, so I'm going to stop talking.
Affiliated Internists and Primary Care provides more than your average doctor's office. With on-site x-ray, ultrasound, and the ability to draw lab tests here in the office, we can usually keep from having to refer you elsewhere, saving patients time and money. We are a full-service primary care facility as well, serving patients from age 6 to the elderly. We provide everything from physicals to bone density scans.
Come and join our family here at Affiliated Internists and Primary Care.
We'll take care of you.
Nashville Sporting Goods supports athletics. We've been there to meet the athletic needs of all ages for over 65 years. We're there when the football team takes the field. We're there for the tip-off at the basketball game. We're there for the opening pitch of the softball game. Nashville Sporting Goods knows the importance of sports in the development of our youth. Having the proper equipment to fully enjoy sports activities is essential. That's why Nashville Sporting Goods is there. We're proud to be supporting athletics.
We are back here for the ceremonies, trophy presentations, and Mr. Basketball Awards. What a huge first game. Clarksville Academy edges Grace Baptist Academy. Let's go to center court with our public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, prior to the distribution of our team awards, we'd like to introduce the Division I Mr. Basketball finalists honoring Tennessee's best high school basketball players. Presenting the awards for the Mr. Basketball finalist will be Mr. Sonny Scoggins from Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee and members of the TSSAA Board of Control and the TSSAA. Finalists are nominated in a statewide poll of high school coaches and members of the media conducted by the TSSAA. A committee of statewide sports writers selects the finalists and the winners based on their regular season performances. As it might be expected in every classification, the difference between the ultimate winner and the other two finalists was extremely close. So each young person recognized today can take pride in their achievements, which earned them a place here on the big stage. It's an accomplishment every one of you can treasure throughout your life, a distinction to carry with you always. In 2010, you were one of the top 3 basketball players in your classification in the whole state of Tennessee. First, let's meet Thomas Greer from West Carroll High School. Thomas, a senior, 6'5" guard. He's a 4-year starter for the War Eagles, who averaged 26.6 points a game, 9.1 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 1.8 steals. He shoots 48.2% from the field, 28.4% from three-point range, and 72% from the free throw line. He's been named to the All-District and All-Region team for 4 consecutive years and was named the district MVP as a junior and senior. Thomas was named the All-State team as a junior. He scored over 2,500 points in his career and 900 rebounds. His head coach, Mike Greer. Thomas Greer from West Carroll High School, one of our finalists. Next, Brandon Herman from Grace Baptist Academy put on a great show here today and this week. A senior, 6'1" senior guard. He's a 4-year starter for the Golden Eagles, who averages 27.4 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 2.7 steals per game. He was named to the All-District team all 4 years and was the district MVP this season. Brandon was an all-state selection last year and was named the region co-MVP as well. He led his team to the semifinals of the state tournament last season and has scored over 2,300 points in his career. And his head coach, of course, John Mathias. Brandon Herman from Grace Baptist Academy. And our third finalist, Malcolm Smith from Clarksville Academy. Malcolm, of course, 6'5", junior forward, 3-year starter for the Cougars, averages 21.8 points a game, 11.1 rebounds, 1.9 blocks, and 1.5 steals per game. He shoots 58.4% from the field, 48.6% from three-point range, and 67.3% from the free throw line. He's been named to the All-District team and was chosen as the District Player of the Year for 3 consecutive seasons. He was an All-State selection in 08 and 09. He's been named to the All-District team, tournament team 3 years in a row, and the All-Region team twice. And his head coach, of course, Josh Smith. Malcolm Smith from Clarksville Academy, our third finalist, Class A, Mr. Basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Basketball for Class A 2010, Malcolm Smith from Clarksville Academy.
So Malcolm Smith from Clarksville Academy is Mr. Basketball. And he was huge today, 29 points and 15 rebounds for the tournament. Had 15 rebounds in all 3 games, quarters, semis, and finals. 21, 29, and 29 in the scoring category. But one thing that his brother Martin will always have over his head, Drew, is he had more points in the title game with 32. Of course, they may have another crack at it next year. They'll both be seniors.
Yeah, I'm looking at this stat line, and you see 61 points and 28 rebounds between the two of them. I think they'll sleep well tonight.
And meanwhile, on the other side, your heart's got to go out to Brandon Herman. He gave everything he had in this game. He played the full 40 minutes at 33 points. After the slow start, I really was wondering if he was ever going to get on track, and he just kept after it and had a gigantic game in the finals, brought him back from the 23-point deficit. What an outstanding season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at 33 points, he'll continue his basketball career somewhere. I'm not sure where he'll continue to play at the next level. He'll play somewhere, but I tell you, he's a talented player. He can score in so many ways. He can do so many things, and I was glad that he finally started to get going. It seemed like early on he had a tough time, but he got going, and you could tell he was the focal point of Clarksville Academy's defense.
The number one thing that you got to look at this game, there's John Mathias, who did an unbelievable job of getting Herman opportunities from different areas of the court. He posted him up a couple times, got some sets there, milked everything he had out of his team to come from behind. But I thought what Clarksville Academy did well today was hang in there after having the lead and cruising for a while, then totally losing it. Sometimes you see teams unravel. They stuck with it.
Absolutely. I don't know what was just
that was the Spirit Award.
Okay. Biggest celebration of the day for the Spirit Award, but
well, the Cougar almost jumped into the broadcast booth at halftime. That might have got him over the top.
You know, I tell you, I'm with you, Willie, because a lot of times you see that momentum swing and it's hard to regain it. But Clarksville Academy showed a lot of composure, showing that they've won all those games for a reason. Took the hit from Grace Baptist, but continued to play and provided that 5-point differential in the second overtime.
Let's see what the next trophy will be for the runner-up trophy to head coach John Mathias.
This year, and what a great game this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought he did a tremendous job not panicking and knowing how much time he had to get his team back in the game.
Yeah, they utilized the entire 32 minutes as Corey Nelson made that first three-pointer in regulation to send this game to overtime, but never panicked. And that's an incredible trait for a leader of an organization, particularly a high school basketball team.
Now Grace Baptist will come up to receive the runner-up trophy. They'll get a great round of applause from their fans and really everybody in this building. A lot of the fans here waiting for the next game to get going. It's really packed now. A lot of fans got here who are ready to watch some of the other games. They had to appreciate the comeback that they saw today from these guys.
Well, it sets up for an unbelievable day of basketball. We knew the next two games are kind of going to be some rematches. This game lived up to the billing, had outstanding individual performances. with Brandon Herman and Malcolm and Martin Smith, but collectively we had other guys in this game like Willie, I was saying about Terrell Church, who hadn't attempted a three-pointer, made 4 of 7 from 3. Just other guys stepped up and made big plays for their team.
Coach's plaque, and it belongs to Josh Smith.
There's Josh Smith for the first time in his career accepting a state championship trophy.
It's okay, smile, Coach Smith.
He's been pretty calm and cool.
There's a smile.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, even when things weren't going well, you could tell he was worried, but he did not get frustrated. He didn't throw things. He kept calm. And now this will be the fun response here.
2010 Class A champions, there they are, the Cougars from Clarksville Academy. 36-2 this year, winners in double overtime.
They were flawless throughout the playoffs. Their only losses earlier this year to Innsworth, a powerhouse team from Division II who lost in the semifinals of the Division II state tournament, and White House Heritage caught them once earlier in the season as well, coached by Mike Petroni. And so the Cougars now hold the trophy, and they have the distinction of being the first team from the Clarksville area ever to win a state championship.
It's incredible when you say that, because you think about, like you said, all the individual performers, but some outstanding teams out of that area. For this to be the first champion out of Clarksville, congratulations to Josh Smith, Clarksville Academy Cougars. Well-deserved, 36-2. They've been #1 ranked in the AP poll the entire year in single-A basketball.
So that's going to do it from Murphy Center. For the first of 3 games, Drew and I's duties are done, but we want to thank everybody involved with this broadcast, especially our wonderful support from our sponsors, Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee and the Governor's Highway Safety Office. Year after year, they help bring you the presentation of this tournament, and without them, we would not have the ability to bring you these great games. All of you watching across the state at home, the 2A title game is coming up next. Chip Walters and Ron Bargatze will have it. It's Liberty Tech and Bolivar Central, 2 big-time rivals meeting for the 5th time this season. Stay tuned. We're just getting started out here in the borough.
I need a complete workup, stack, and call him.
Sir, we have an urgent phone call.
Pressure's dropping.
This is Charlie. No, that's the aorta. Don't cut that.
People know that farmers have some of the best advice around, like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Shop early for the largest selection at the lowest prices. Pools, tanning beds, play gyms. Nobody beats Family Leisure.
Most people think they can't receive their Social Security benefits until they reach the age of 65. Many are not aware that different disabilities such as chronic fatigue syndrome, severe arthritis, autoimmune disorders, and mental disabilities may qualify them for disability benefits now. I'm Dale Buchanan, and I've helped thousands of people get the benefits they deserve. If serious illness or injury has prevented you from working, call us at Dale Buchanan and Associates for a free consultation. After all, isn't it your money?
Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Big savings on the best brands. We've got it all, and it's all on sale. Nobody beats Family Leisure.
Well, family and fun come together.
Thinking about buying a Honda, Toyota, or a Nissan? Ever stopped and asked yourself why? If you found a car that you like just as much or maybe more, and it came with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, priced thousands less, why wouldn't you buy it instead? Value's the new cool, and Kia is the coolest. And if you need credit help, if you've got a job and $149, I can sell you any new vehicle on our lot. That's only at Hickory Hollow Carnival Kia and Carnival Kia at Rivergate. And remember, please don't you leave till you see me.
Factory Direct Patio Sale going on now at Family Leisure. Shop early for the largest selection at the lowest prices. Pools, tanning beds, play gyms. Nobody beats Family Leisure.
Good day, I'm Dave Foster. We'll get you back to the action in just a few minutes. First, let's take a look at how the teams got to the title game, the first 2A semifinal. Bolivar and Marshall County, Ricky Tisdale follows his own miss, 2 of his 20 points. Bolivar Central goes on to win 64-58. Maplewood taking on Liberty. Liberty coach Arnett Bodenhamer dishing out some advice. His advice, look inside to Terrius Johnson. He had 19 and Liberty with the victory, 45-37. Well, it's a job one man for the TSSAA, and we'll hear from the man in charge, Bernard Childress, next.
If you're driving under the influence in Tennessee, you're gonna get nailed. Booze it and lose it.
Injured? Get a lawyer and get it done.
Let me tell you what that means. When you need help, there's strength in numbers. We've got a team of over 20 lawyers and a staff of over 100 strong. After representing thousands of injured people, we know our clients aren't just a bunch of case numbers. At Hughes & Coleman, we'll treat you exactly how you should be treated, like you're number one.
Get a lawyer and get it done. 1-800-489-6000.
Cooking in the kitchen. Come on in. The captain's cooking. Captain D's announces double dozen shrimp, only $3.99. Get 2 dozen savory shrimp, just $3.99. That's right, 24 shrimp plus hush puppies and your choice of 2 sides for $3.99. So get to Captain D's on the double. At only $3.99, double dozen shrimp won't last long. Captain D's, kitchen fresh.
We're just cooking in the kitchen.
I can't wait to show Ann all the great deals I found today. Now, where did I park the car? Oh, no, you've got to be kidding me. My car!
A moment of clarity can come in an instant. And when it does, you've got to have friends. Like State Auto. Consistent, strong, and stable. Protecting your home, business, and auto. State Auto. Now and always a friend you can depend on.
Call your independent State Auto agent today.
I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Donna. 2 new Toyotas. That's what we're looking at for this weekend.
Your loyalty has helped make us the #1 car brand in America. So we're offering you our biggest thank you ever with our best lease deals ever. $149 a month for a Corolla. Lease a Camry for just $169 a month. A Prius for just $199 a month. Or this RAV4 for $199 a month with $1299 due at signing. Don't miss the best time ever to get a new Toyota.
He's the man in charge, TSSAA Executive Director Bernard Childress, and he's with Dan Phillips.
Joining me now is the boss man. He's the executive director of the TSSAA, the one and only Bernard Childress. I know you're busy. I appreciate you taking some time on this Murfreesboro March Madness weekend. It is quite a weekend for you guys, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me over here. I was never too busy to speak to you all about what we see as a great March Madness for high school sports. And that is our basketball tournament.
Seems like every year, Bernard, things just keep growing, keep getting bigger, we keep getting better, and most importantly, the players keep getting bigger and keep getting better, don't they?
Oh, no doubt about it. The talent level is unbelievable. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And the teams are, as you said, they are getting better. They're working harder. The kids are competing, but they're having fun, and they are competing, but they are having fun and doing a great job.
Now, you've been director for just over a year now, but I know you've been involved for many, many years. How has the tournament sort of evolved, as particularly as it's been here in Murfreesboro?
Well, it's been in Murfreesboro. As a matter of fact, this is my 16th year at TSSAA, and we've been in Murfreesboro every year, and it just keeps getting better. Like I said, the talent level is better. Now we see, and I've talked to coaches on the phone, and they said, at the very first of that season, their goal is to make it to Murfreesboro into MTSU. This has been our venue for quite some time, and our coaches and our athletes really enjoy playing here.
Now, one of the things, the contracts obviously come up periodically. The contract for Murfreesboro comes up next year. How much do you envision it staying here, or do you envision, I know football moved last year for the first time in a long time to Cookeville. Do you envision it possibly moving venues as the football tournament did?
Well, as far as the decision is where we play our championships, it's not up to me to make that decision. It's up to the board, and I will never speak for those 9 members of our board as to what the only thing we'll do after. We did just sign a new 2-year deal with Murfreesboro, the city of Murfreesboro and Rutherford County for this year and next year. After that, we'll put it up for bid. There are some cities that have already expressed interest in bidding on the basketball championships. We'll send them a packet, and everyone will have an equal opportunity to tell us what they will do for the young people in our state in our basketball championships, and our board will make that decision.
A lot of people have kept a close eye, particularly after the football moved to Cookeville, as far as, how that went. How do you feel after, obviously it was just the first year, how do you feel the experiment, so to speak, has gone so far?